Fat ass cat, thank you for the hell yeah. You know, guys, we're probably gonna leave Cog alone after this. After this stream, we'll leave Cog alone. Now, that's not us being merciful, not at all. That's Cog is boring. Cog is very boring. It took way more effort to get some of this content than what I would have planned. I had to chop up an old ear juice stream, right? I had to put some extra effort into it. Cog is not worth this much work. But still, you know, we'll leave him alone. Maybe he'll do something fun again. I feel like we've already milked. I feel like we've milked everything we possibly can out of Cog right now. Every blue moon, every couple months, maybe a year or two, Cog will provide some degree of entertainment and content. And then he goes back to being boring again. And even then, right? A lot of this was him bouncing off of other people, bouncing off of the drama with the Kino Casino and with quartering or with me, right? It's like he can't even do it alone. He can never do a solo dance, a solo performance. But anyway, we'll leave Cog alone after this month because I have to focus on other shit. I have to focus on shit that actually matters. You know, I actually forgot. Where did I get that from? Where did I get that one stream from? That one stream we're going to be looking at. Like, I'm looking for the date. It was a year ago, but specifically what year? I'll look it up in a second. Anyway, hail chat. Let me go ahead and just throw this up there so you guys can see. Is it the right window? It is. Okay. So this will be going in the stream. Wait, hold up. Is it too small? Do I have it too small? I don't think I do. I'm super paranoid for some fucking reason. I don't know why. I'm super paranoid about the stream today. It's fine. Anyway, all the videos are going to go, all the stream VOD will be going into the VOD. The other one didn't go down. That doesn't mean that Cog didn't flag down the other one. Maybe he just knew better. Maybe he tried and he couldn't get away with it. I don't know. Either way, today, we're going to be looking at two things. We might be looking at three things, honestly. We might be looking at three things, but we're definitely looking at the two things. The first thing we're going to be looking at is some clips that I got from an old ear juice stream from back in 2024, late 2024, that he did with Video Game Vagabond, aka Paul, Cog's brother, one of Cog's brother. Cog has 5 brothers. He says that he gets along, no, he has 7 brothers, and he says he gets along with the other 5 except for Paul and Michael. Michael being the guy who made the initial claim that Cog slept with a 14-year-old girl. Now, there's no evidence to that. We're going to be fair to Cog, and we're going to admit there is no definitive evidence besides his brother's claims that he did anything untoward with an underage girl. Shit, maybe she wasn't 14. Maybe she was 16, which is legal. That's legal in the UK, right? Maybe. But we're going to go through these clips and we're going to see. It's basically going to be broken down Cog's psyche through the perspective of somebody who's grown up with Cog and understands him very well. And then we're going to look at a little scuffle, a little back and forth he had with Ralph from back in the day too, right? Because Cog has genuinely never gotten a W over Ralph, in my opinion, right? He's never had a solo W. He's had W's by proxy. He's had W's that were group projects. He's had W's when he was partnering with somebody else. Cog has never been able to snatch a W over Ralph when it was just him having to do the work himself. He's one of those people who only get good grades when he's working on a group project, right? No, he can never pull in the work. He never put in the work when it's just him having to do it, having to put that elbow grease in. And this is an example of that. I was very shocked. I was shocked how calm and collective Ralph was while he was dealing with Cog. It's like that must be what it's like when Cog has to fight with his brothers. They just talk down to him and shit. Like he's just crazy. He can't keep himself together. Turgo Higgins, thank you for $5. What prompted the change of plans on keeping the last stream private? Gut feeling that Cog wouldn't have the balls to flag it again. Just curious. Well, I don't know, I kind of realized after he refused to show his flagging history, there was really no point in me even doing it anyway. Okay, well, you basically told on yourself, which he could just like not tell on himself, like right now, just live on his live stream. He could just show it right now and I would take it back and I'd be like, okay, I was wrong. I've been accusing you falsely of being a flaggot, like you allegedly say that your brothers are allegedly doing to you when it concerning pedophilia. I'm sorry, Cog. I would say sorry to Cog if he showed his flagging history live, right? I don't want a fucking screenshot. I want like him to show it live, but he didn't do that. So I'm like, okay, well, you flagged it, so there's no point in me even privating it anyway. I might as well just leave it up. Who cares? Gator, thank you for $2. Talk about someone I've heard about already. Yeah, not a lot of people have heard about Cog, and less will, because this will be the last bit of attention I give him for until he does something fun, which could be anywhere from 2 to 3 years from now. Anyway, let me see. What am I looking at here? Yeah, I know. Let me go to the second window. Yeah, let me go to the second window and then we can do this right here. Okay, so these are some clips that I took from an old stream. Raymond Sycamore, thank you for the hype. TSP Cries It, thank you for the full sin. So these are clips that I took from an old stream. I said old, it's like from fucking 2017, 2018. It's from 2024, December 2024 specifically. So basically kind of new-ish when it comes to COG content. Earjuice says he's gotten on COG before. He made some fun parody songs about COG. He was a great detractor of COG. There aren't a whole lot of those guys around here. It's like Review Tech USA detractors. We appreciate them because they're so few in number, right? We're such a rare breed. The RTU detractor army. But, that was the last stream. That was actually the last stream Earjuice ever did on COG that I'm aware of. And he did it with his brother Paul, with COG's brother, Paul, the other one. Not the one who made the initial claim about him being a pedophile. That was Michael, the one he originally was making rap music with, and who also, along with accusing COG of being a pedophile, he also accused COG of being a beat thief, which when you think about it, I mean, I'm not going to say it's worse than like being I'm saying though, that's kind of crazy. It's kind of insane. So look, dude, you're touching minors and you're like stealing your brother's beats. That's crazy. This dude has no fucking honor at all. Anyway, Michael's the one who made the claim, and then Paul is the one who followed it up, right? And he substantiated it. Well, he didn't substantiate it because, again, we're going to be fair to COG here. There is no definitive evidence that has ever been presented that he's actually a pedophile, right? Now, his brothers say that this girl exists. They swear on it. COG is like, there's no victim, right? He's like, that girl was of appropriate age. He doesn't know who she is, which is weird. It's weird that like he doesn't even know, like he doesn't remember. We're gonna get to this. Like he doesn't remember. Okay, so you don't even know who you brought there that night. So how do you expect me to take your perspective on what happened that night when even you don't know what actually, you were just blanking out? Maybe he was just high. I don't fucking know. Anyway, this first clip is going to be about how COG thinks that everybody else on Earth, everybody else on the internet is obsessed with him and his business, and it's not the other way around. COG never obsesses over anybody. No, we're all obsessed with him. We barely talk about him. This isn't even a case where Darkside Phil or The Quartering don't get a lot of views, but then the people who are stream sniping them, they get way more viewership than Phil or Jeremy do. It's not even that. Nobody is watching COG, period. Not detractors, not even fans, right? He gets 30 people. And those 30 people, they put in like $20, $30 each. I don't know. He says that over on Rumble, that's where he's making the real money. That's where he's making the big bucks. That's how he can afford to go off on vacation to the Netherlands and shit. Okay, I don't know. Maybe we can check that out. We can see if Cog is really balling like that. I'm very skeptical when it comes to the claim. I don't believe that. I don't think that Cog has ever had more than 3 digits in his checking account in at least 5 to 6 years. Maybe like briefly during COVID when the government was, they were giving out checks and shit like that. Maybe, UK government, they gave him that check, and then you stack that on top of the welfare check, and then you stack that on top of the money that they were saving because they weren't going to McDonald's every other day, and maybe then he had a pretty hefty wallet, maybe even a whole $1,000 in savings or something for a brief moment in time. Maybe that's the most amount of money Cog's ever had in his bank account at one time. But I really don't think he's making that much money. He doesn't carry himself like somebody who makes a lot of money online or doing anything, really. Garbage Man, thank you for the $2. This for Clog's hash browns funds refund. For people who are wondering about the hash brown meme, by the way, the reason why, the thing about the hash browns is that Cog got doxxed. But he got doxxed in a very cartoonish way. It wasn't even bad OPSEC in the traditional way that dumb people get themselves doxxed. It wasn't anything malicious. It was his wife, right? His wife, they love to eat out. They love themselves some Mickey D's over there in the UK. They love themselves some fucking McDonald's and shit. But one day they ordered Uber, and this dumbass fucking Uber driver, he only brought 1 hash brown when he was supposed to bring like 2 or 3. So then she went on like the Uber customer support app, and she went to launch a complaint about the missing 2 hash browns. And she ended up listing Cog's government name, his full name, and also their address where their flat is. And that's how Cog doxed himself. That's how we know where he lived, because his wife went to complain on the Uber customer support page because they were missing hash browns. That's how he got doxed. Jerem70, thank you for $5. You aren't going to just A-log a failing content creator for years that no one cares about anymore because of age-old grudges? Not Cog-pilled at all. There's really not enough juice to squeeze there. He's not interesting enough. Genuinely. New York Buck, thank you for $20, man. Thank you. He's just not interesting enough. All right, let's get into this. It's muted. It's muted. All right, there we go.
That's where Paul comes into this. And Paul's going to later on say that he got tagged. So I thought I'd show you this, where Paul's not tagged. Paul's mentioned, but Paul's lurking. Paul's always...
Straight out of the gate, narrative wrong. I never got tagged. I've literally... Twitter is an interesting thing where if you don't have to follow people, if something that Twitter thinks you're interested in is going on, if you on the For You section, it can just pop up. I do actually follow a lot of people who are in that thread. So yeah, I was just scrolling. I was like, saw my name mentioned. I was like,
hey, real quick, let me see something. I want to see if I can boost the audio. I want to see. Tell me, listen to this and see as the audio, if it's getting higher. I want to see something real quick.
Paul's mentioned, but Paul's lurking. Paul's always...
Straight out of the gate, narrative wrong. I never got tagged. I've literally... Twitter is an interesting thing where if you don't have to follow people, if something that Twitter thinks you're interested in is going on, if you on the For You section, it can just pop up. I do actually follow a lot of people who are in that thread. So yeah.
Only a little bit?
I was just scrolling.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
I was like, the fuck? The fuck? I was on the toilet taking a shit. If you really want the full context of that, I don't spend too much time on Twitter most of the days unless I'm having fun taking the piss out of someone like, I don't know, Maya or Johnny.
Watching Maya. Paul's always watching me. Paul's a literal fucking stalker piece of shit that sees his name Paul. He's not tagged in anything. And he jumps in and goes, hey, you tagged me in this. No one tagged you, Paul. You're paying attention. Because
No,
Paul was his bearing. Paul was his bearing before. I make it seem like He's only got the one guy at a time. What he really does is that he jumps from person to person. Like, I'm convinced now, after doing a little bit of digging, and there's more that we could get into, if I'm being honest. There's more underneath the surface that we could dig into when it comes to Cog. But something that I've realized is that he's got this thing where he just obsesses about one person in particular at a time, whether it's Ralph, whether it's one of his brothers, whether it's, Bearing. Right now, he has the one guy who he lasers in on. He'd probably do it to me if I kept, just talking about him and shit like that. You just keep lasering in on somebody forever. And then he just, like, his mind goes insane because I don't know what his fucking mental condition is. He kind of acts like a paranoid schizophrenic. So he would come up with all these paranoid conspiracy theories about how, I'm plotting against him. I'm so obsessed with him. I'm so mad at everything he's doing because I want to be broke like him. I want to be living off the government like him. I want to have a fat wife like him. I want to live it up like Cog. Oh, my mic is too loud? Shit. I made it too loud. That's not good. Let's see. Is that better? Let's see. What if I did it like... Okay, is that good? Did I make it too low now? Mikey is living on the peak. Okay. Man, where'd that come from? This fucking OBS wizardry, man. I'm still too loud? Okay, that's good. Play the clip and we'll see. All right, let me see.
He doesn't read, does he? Like, at no point do I ever actually say that.
Okay, we're just gonna have to keep it at this volume then until I learn how to. It should be simple, but for some reason I made it fucking complicated. Until I learn how to increase the volume for the shit coming from what I'm watching instead of just coming from my mic. Until I learn to separate those two, we're just gonna have to keep it like this.
The entire thing he's covering. It's insane. This is what he does, though. This is very much projection on his part, which is it. The more
1712 Mariner, thank you for the rage quit. Take my welfare money. Have a good Memorial Day, everyone. Thank you, bro. Thank you for the 500 kicks.
The more you watch Cog, the more you start realizing how much he's putting himself on other people. It's really weird. It's like he hates himself. Like he hates himself, so he puts it on other people so he can hate it.
Yeah, so this is how Cog usually starts. Is basically he just runs down your character, says all this like bullshit about you, like you're a stalker.
It's what we call priming.
You're stalking him.
It's called priming.
Yeah, you're watching all of his content.
You're obsessed with me. That's how simple this is. There's no other reason for you to pay attention to this conversation.
You're obsessed with me. Everybody's obsessed with him.
You weren't even involved in it. But Paul jumps in. Why does Paul jump in?
It's actually really arrogant. It's actually really arrogant that he just presumes that everybody is obsessed with him all the time.
Because Paul's always...
If you talk about him once, right? You can't just talk about him once just to talk about him. It's like if you talk about Cog once, you give him even a crumb of attention, he'll start thinking that you're lasered in, homed in on him like he gets on other people. And he's like, you're like a giant A-log of Cog this whole fucking time. It's crazy. It's like reverse main character syndrome. It's like, what's the term? Main antagonist syndrome, something like that.
Talking and paying attention.
Thank you for the hypes, guys.
Acts like he's completely outside of this, bros. No, I'm not looking at this, bros.
Yo, gearhead.
Okay, so he's saying that you don't know what you're talking about, but then you're stalking him.
I know, right? Either I know everything, or there's a lot of stuff coming up that is like, what is this narrative? Well,
it's the same as everybody. Like I think he's said that about me. He says that about Ralph. Like we're always obsessed, and then we're crying and seething, and we're
him saying it about Ralph. I always found that to be the weirdest one of them all because Ralph genuinely does not care about Cog. He genuinely doesn't care about Cog when Cog isn't part of the current drama arc that he's going through. Like when Cog gets involved in his vicar shit or his family shit or his shit with his son, well, yeah, then he'll talk about and he'll bring up Cog. Otherwise, he doesn't think about Cog the way that Cog thinks about Ralph. I was talking to Cog, right? I was talking to Cog And I was like, Cog was like, you're lazy, Mikey. You're lazy because you won't do your research. You won't sit there for hours on end and watch every hour of the kill stream from beginning to end. I'm like, why would I do that? It's like, oh, that's recent. No, it's not. Like, what insight am I going to gain on Ethan Ralph by watching every fucking minute of every show that he ever does? That's terrible content, bro. Even Ralph forgets what most of the shit he says on his show anyway. It's just weird, bro.
Everything that he says, supposedly.
Well, there's one thing that I just want to address. Like, he did this whole, I buried my father with deathbed, and therefore I'm disowned. That's a funny one. Because
Butts the ashtray miner. Thank you for the rage quit. Cog needs to get that flag off his wall and stop LARPing as an American. We have too many pedos in this country already. Yeah, tell me again, bro. Thank you for the 500 kicks. Gunterra, thank you for the gifted sub.
It doesn't make any goddamn sense. He then talks about me going round to my mother's and having dinner there. In fact, I went round twice to my mother's after my dad passed away. And we stayed over. She even gave us a room to stay in within the place. And I don't think that would be the behavior of someone who has disowned me.
Yeah, because it says here on the screen, it says,
weird, isn't it?
Yeah, my mom has 100%.
That's another thing, right? I'm glad I'm actually watching this because I watched some of this before I talked to Cog the other day. But it's like, I'm glad that we're watching it together after that. So now it's like the context after the whole, because Cog is very big about context. He's up there with fucking Nick Fuentes' fans where they're like, oh, you don't have the context. You don't have the context. Well, okay, now we're getting the context. And Cog was like, nobody else in my family, they don't even associate with my brothers. They don't even associate with Paul and Michael. Nobody likes them. You know, they don't get along. Okay, bro, it seems like they get along well with your family when they need to. They just, you know, mind their own business.
Paul and Mike for being sick people.
That's weird, isn't it?
But then how are you sick? Because you were calling him sick?
No, I'm ill. I have a disease.
He's in a wheelchair.
Thing against this.
I'm not even making fun of him. I'm not making fun of Paul, Cog's brother there. Cog's brother, Paul, is literally in a wheelchair. He has a terminal illness. He can't use his legs. He has to use like a shit bag. I'm not joking. And he'll admit that. He admits that he has to use a shit bag because, you know, lower part of his body literally doesn't fucking work, which makes it all the weirder that Cog is so mad at him. Imagine being mad at your brother who has to roll himself around in a fucking wheelchair and shit. Like, what's wrong with you, dude? Like, what is your problem, man? Jerem70, thank you for $5. Make your mic louder. Let's do IBS debate quality. Quiet Rider, thank you for $5. That Cog loser has a wife. None of y'all have an excuse anymore. The Revenge is 9,000. Thank you for $5. You're way too gracious to a guy who's acting in bad faith and is snide and condescending toward you. Nonetheless, I love the coverage. Well, you know, I wanted to give him a chance. I wanted to have an actual back and forth. Because if I just say, well, hold up, Cog, that actually doesn't make a whole lot of sense what you just said. That actually, then we're just going to be arguing and yelling over each other, which is fun. You know, we did get to that point at certain points, right? It could have been an actual blood sports instead of just a, you know, volatile conversation. But, you know, I wanted to actually hear what he had to say because he's always like, no one wants to talk to me. No one wants to talk to me one-on-one. They're all afraid of me. Well, okay, let me actually be the guy who gives you a platform to actually share your piece. And we were not impressed. The people were not impressed with your performance, Cog. Shadow Bolt 96, thank you for the 2,000 yen. Wow, I didn't know I had fucking viewers from all the way over there. Hey, do you live next to Meme Copium? Tell them hi if you do. My first time to be awake during a stream. Thank you for your videos. I listened to them on the train. Hey, no problem, bro. Germ70, thank you for $2. Paul may be disabled, but he's factually accurate. Exactly.
Disabled people and people with diseases. He's, I don't know what the psychological term would be for it, but he seems to be actively aggressive towards anyone who has a disability or any kind of medical illness.
Is that why? You know what? Maybe that's why he hates himself. You know, he has a problem with anybody with a disability. Maybe that's why, although he seems to low-key hate himself too. This is all just self-loathing that he's projecting onto everybody else.
And I believe that's what that's what he does. He goes for the sick, the infirm, he goes for women. He attacks women a lot.
Women are sick and infirm, true. They're mentally ill, that's right.
Because he seems to think they're weaker and easier. So yeah, and children, clearly he's manipulating one right now in his own home. Well, it's not his home, it's his wife's, well, her wife's father and mother's home. It's not even his wife's home. And I don't even know if it's his wife because it didn't work.
He's never lived in a home that he owned or even a home that he rented, right? So, like, as long as your name is on the lease, at least you can say something. All right, I don't own this bitch, but at least it's mine, right? The landlord's he's gotta do something. He want to get rid of me. He's never even had that. It's been like his parents, or it's been like his wife's family, or it's been Dan, or it's been the government.
Weddings aren't generally accepted in the UK as being legal until there is a child. And he hasn't consummated the wedding, as I would call it, because he hasn't actually had a child because he's an impotent cook.
Alright, so your mum hasn't cut you off. I mean, that would be pretty...
Well,
pretty
things are a bit... I think she's cut all three of us off because Johnny's been a petulant child. He'll kick his feet, spit out his dummy. He did it at the Ashes.
No.
He made such a... Yeah, he made such a fuss. Yeah. Yeah, he made such a fuss. I think after the Ashes, and then he's doing it again at Christmas. I imagine he went down and all he would talk about is me and Mike to the brothers.
Let me do something again. Let me try something again. I think I can figure something out. Let me get creative. Let me get creative real quick. Okay. We're going to... No, I'll do it even more. Maybe I won't peak this time. We'll see. Okay. All right. Am I peaking? This time? Or like, is it fine?
My mum wasn't even there. I don't blame her.
Compared to the audio, is it fine?
He did it at the Ashes.
It should be able to work this time, right?
Yeah, he made such a fuss. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm asking. I want to see am I a special needs as Cog? I know that I am, special needs, but am I at his level? Much better? All right. Okay. It's fine if I'm louder than the audio. I just don't want to be much louder. I want the audio to be a bit louder too. Gunterra, thank you for the rage quit. Mikey, are you going to cover him pretending to be a woman while cooking? No, actually. Fuck. That actually would have helped a lot. Because it shows how twisted his mind is. It shows how Mikey, the professional streamer, I am. I'm becoming more professional every day. It shows how it shows how delusional he is. It shows how he's willing to craft narratives. He wanted to show that his wife, his Indian wife, she's fine dining it up, giving him some of that Brahmin cuisine down there in whatever, fucking British flat that he lives in. She's doing that for him. Turns out it was just him pretending to be his wife, which is actually really disrespectful to his wife because his cooking was pretty fucking shit in that video. And everybody initially presumed that, bro, why is your wife so shit at cooking? Why she can't even cook Indian food? Turns out it was just him.
He made such a fuss. I think after the Ashes, and then he's doing it again at Christmas. I imagine he went down and all he would talk about is me and Mike. To the brothers. My mum wasn't even there. I don't blame her.
Don't worry, Reardon Steele. This will be the last time we put cock on cock. This will be the last time we put Cog on the stream for a while.
Because he probably heard he was going and went, I'm not going for that. Right? And one of my brothers walked out on him because I guess he's a weirdo. Shut up about me and Mike. And they're like, dude, you're fucking up the day for everyone. It's like, but they won't say that to you. They'll just walk, and that's what they did. They don't even like him in the first place. The only reason he ended up being friends with me or around me, would be more accurate, is because no one else in the family wanted him.
The only friend, the only brother who would still fuck with him was the one in a wheelchair. It might have even be like his brother might not have even liked him. It might have actually just been a case that Paul couldn't get away right? Like Johnny just cornered him on some stairs. He cornered him near some steps, so he had no choice but to be nice to Cog because he can't go anywhere else. All right, well, fuck. I guess we'll go play video games together, Johnny. Fuck it. We'll do it. Sure. I can't go anywhere else because something I actually learned a while ago that actually made me proud to be an American is I found out that the American, you can literally go to any city in America, even some small podunk town, even some fucking little rural village in the middle of Montana, and you will find handicap capable spaces where somebody with a wheelchair can wheel themselves up to somewhere. Maybe they have to go over a little bump, but they can do that. And I've learned that in a lot of places in Europe, it's nowhere near as accessible to people with disabilities. Like if you only got one leg and you got to go around in a crutch, or you're around here in a fucking wheelchair, it's a lot tougher for you to get around than it is in the United States. So, that's something interesting. So I can really believe that his brother just found himself trapped a lot and he can't go anywhere. So he was stuck with Cog.
I tend to keep my distance from my family. I just do my own thing. They do their own thing. There's no real animosity there. It's just we just do our own thing. That's what happens in a big family. It's kind of a hierarchy. I can't chill with Mike, and I was chilling with Johnny. Johnny tried to he did actually successfully put a wedge between us, unfortunately. I've now reconnected with Mike since then. But yeah, Johnny didn't get it. Like, they didn't want him. None of the brothers wanted him. That's why he ended up with me, and then I'm like the last chest saloon, and if you fuck up with me, you don't get to go back. So those guys, they don't have the same level of tolerance as I do. I will put up with a lot more shit than they will. Like, they'll just be like, nah, fuck that guy.
One thing I found very interesting is that throughout all of this, he never once brought on another family member to try and disprove what Michael and Paul were saying about him. That was really interesting to me because, well, it was a family dinner. They say that he brought this girl to a family dinner. Well, why don't you bring another family member who was also at the family member, and they can come and defend you and be like, well, no, she wasn't that young. She was like 18, 19. She wasn't like fucking middle school age. That's silly. He never did that ever. He never got anybody on a call. He never even showed a DM or a text of them saying some shit like that. He just said, it's not true, right? And we're supposed to believe. I mean, I don't know. I guess we don't have to believe they're his brothers. They didn't present any evidence. I just think it was very strange for you to say that these two brothers who you say are like black sheep or pariahs who nobody else in the family fucks with, right? You don't get along with them the way you get along with your other 5 brothers. Why didn't any of your other 5 brothers who were or were not at this family dinner, why didn't they come and say that you're not a pedophile and that you didn't bring a fucking 14-year-old girl to the dinner too? Why didn't you ask one of them to come and do it?
Oh, fuck that guy. So now he's on his own for Christmas with his in Little India. So
thank you for the gift,
that's
Raven.
Really going on. I think my mum is literally just doesn't want
Crystal Keem, thank you for the rage quit. Suffer, European cripples.
to do with any of us because of Johnny. Because he's dragging her into this drama, and she can't be asked for this. She don't know what's going on.
No,
I don't want to be a part of it.
That'd be
I don't
terrible.
even want to be in it.
Imagine, imagine trying to bring your mom into your YouTube drama.
Just imagine.
And it's the worst type of YouTube drama. It's sector drama involving you being called a pedophile by your brothers because you tried to steal beats from another brother and were flagging down his content.
That Christmas with the 3 of you in the same room as one another.
That's how this began.
That'd be a nice.
Like, never forget that is how this whole shit began. This began with Cog stealing beats from his brother. That's how this all started.
I mean, I don't blame my mom.
Raymond Sycamore, thank you for the skull emoji. Thank you, bro. So, we now move on to the second clip. This clip will be Paul addressing the allegations concerning the girl in the family dinner. Oh, hold up. I actually really couldn't imagine doing some shit like that. Like telling my mom about my YouTube drama. Dude, that shit would be... she wouldn't understand it. She legit would have no idea what I'm talking about. And my shit ain't even as autistic as Cog shit. It'd be beyond crazy. So this is going to be him finally addressing the shit concerning what Cog was saying about the girl and it not being true.
So anyway, Mayor here saying, yeah, that never happened. One brother made the claim. After Cog told him he didn't want to work with him anymore. That was Michael. The other Paul... the other Paul, or the other brother Paul, defended Cog on this. Yeah, he did. I mean, you came on my show for how... I mean, Michael made the claims, Paul. You came on my show so many times after there wasn't any resurgence of...
It's not gay ops. For people who don't know, that Muslim guy, it's not gay ops. I don't know who he is. Because initially, I thought he was a Review Tech USA fan, because that's when I first saw him, right? And then he showed up when I was talking about the quartering. Right there he is, right there. And now he showed up. I don't know. I don't get what his deal is. He doesn't do it either. He posts the same thing every time. And then, I time him out for a little while. And then he goes away. But then, oh no, it says Ames. Okay, never mind. He is that one Review Tech USA super fan because his name is Ames Reich. So literally only one guy. There's only one guy whose community could actually give a fuck enough to name themselves after Ames, who's actually that mad at Ames. It is Review Tech USA fans.
Your memory when...
It's actually always impressed me how Rich of all people managed to have so many shooters. It makes me think that maybe Rich was right about him not flagging. I mean, he did flag Anna Doyle, but maybe he was right about him not taking down Anna Doyle's channel. Maybe that actually was a fan of his channel. Because some RTU fans are very fanatical, and I don't know why. Of all the people, Richard Masucci is the dude you out here just riding and dying for. That's crazy. It just goes to show you that literally anybody, or almost anybody, can build up an actual strong fan base. Not Cog, though. Cog would never have. There aren't enough people in Cog's chat for them to try and come and do some shit in my chat like this.
So anyway, Mayor here saying, yeah, that never happened. One brother made the claim. After Cog told him he didn't want to work with him anymore. That was Michael. The other Paul, the other Paul, or the other brother Paul, defended Cog on this.
The only guy that Cog has got is Maya. That's it. That's the only person, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he did. I mean, you came on...
Is there anybody besides Maya? Besides Manbot? Is there anybody else?
My show for how... I mean, Michael made the claims, Paul. You came on my show so many times after there wasn't any resurgence of your memory when Michael made these claims.
Pause this. Right.
Yeah, I remember you talking about this, but yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of the allegations at all until much later on. And that was after I'd already fallen out with him. Then obviously it was like a whole world opened up to me where I was talking to people who had also fallen out with him, and they were like, they explained what happened. I was like, what the hell is this stuff about Mike and this and the other? I was like, that's crazy. But at the same time, it rings true because I remember the girl well, at first I didn't, and then later on I did because I thought I didn't realize she was at the meal because there was a whole scenario where she was at the bar, and I remember my brothers talking about the girl at the bar, and I thought that was a separate occasion.
He thought it was a separate girl, right? Because he also brought a girl to the bar, not just a family get together, but also to a bar. He's like, it was a different girl, right? Surely not. Surely it wouldn't bring an underage girl to a bar, right? Because this is one thing, right? In the UK, 16 is legal, right? This is a loophole that a lot of the grooming gang niggas in London and whatnot in the UK, they get around this because 16 is legal. That is the age of consent in the UK. I'm pretty sure, generally speaking, it's not like in the US where there are certain states where 16 or 17 is legal. But overall, you can there have literally been cases where there have been dudes who've slept with girls who were 17 when the age of consent is 16. And they still ended up getting arrested and going to court anyway because still 18, bro. I'm sorry. I don't know what I know that the state law says 16, but we live in a 18 and up world these days. So you got to keep it together. So still, even if you're with a girl who's 16, you still can't bring her to a pub, right? In the UK, right? What's the drinking age? Hold on, let me see something. Let me see something. I'm interested now. Let me see. Drinking age in the UK, that is 18. Okay. I don't know, that's kind of weird. That's kind of weird, right? Okay, so you can buy alcohol at 18, but you still, like, 16 is still legal? I don't know, that's kind of off to me. But whatever, hey, it's their rules.
He took her to a family meal. A 14-year-old to a family meal. Brazen as...
Well, I know, it's kind of like in the US, where, like, you can't drink if you're 18, not legally, but you can still join the army or some shit like that. It doesn't make sense here either, so.
Fuck, right in front of us all. But we don't really pay that. He's the little brother, so we don't really pay that much attention to him. My girlfriend at the time did say she looked fucking young, and I was like, well, that's Johnny, because Johnny's a degenerate. You got to understand, we're almost numb to his degeneracy. He's done so much degenerate shit. At this point, we're just like, oh, that's Johnny.
Okay, you can drink legally at 14 in Germany. That's kind of insane. That's actually insane, dude. That's kind of crazy. Well, I guess it's proof that just like being that alcoholism, that just drinking a lot doesn't automatically make your society bad then. Because you got motherfuckers out there pouring up before they're even out of middle school in Germany, apparently.
Kino Casino Cox, like the whole.
Okay, let me give you the let me give you the context for what Earju just said. So they're reacting right now a clip where Cog is calling people cucks, including the Kino Casino, and Earjuice is very, I don't know, he's curious about this claim.
Kino Casino Cox, like the whole Vegas thing, it's not really.
I don't know.
It's more just degeneracy. I wouldn't really say they were.
There are no middle schools in Germany. Like, are you serious?
Well, no,
like, are you joking? They literally don't have like middle schools or junior high or something.
Johnny just.
Is it just like, I don't know? It's just like young and then you got high school, or is it just like a collective thing? Does everybody go to school together?
So he can excuse his own cuckoldry behavior. He'll probably think someone watching porn is a cook. So yeah, he'll extend that definition as far as he can to try and get out of it. But no, he's a genuine cook. He had a relationship with a girl called Hannah. He was a long ongoing relationship.
Wait, hold up. Holy shit, this is the cuck story, right? So Cog is a fat cuck with a fat wife in this clip. This is what his brother is going to tell us.
So yeah, he'll extend that definition as far as he can to try and get out of it. But no, he's a genuine cook. He had a relationship with a girl called Hannah. He was a long ongoing relationship. Her boyfriend used to drop her off, and he knew that she got dropped off.
She literally got dropped off. She's like, hey, babysit for me. Babysit for me real quick. I'll be back.
By her boyfriend outside his
I know
flat
I've heard this,
time.
but like I'm always, yeah, I guess I try, I don't know. I just forget because I don't really.
That's so crazy, dude. Like, a dude doesn't even give a fuck, because that means that that's not even his main chick. Like, if some dude drops off his girl to, like, I don't know, fuck around with you, that means that he could have a cuck fetish. That is possible. But it's more likely she was part of the rotation, so he was just like letting her wander or something. Maybe she let him ask him for money or whatever. Lalo _, thank you for the skull emoji. Thank you for the 50 kicks.
I don't care that much, but still, that's fucking fun.
Yeah, I totally get it. Deleting shit about Cog out your memory is probably healthy. It's a lot of it's a lot of fill. Yeah, it's a lot. So yeah, she used to get dropped off. He knew that she got dropped off. He was with her for a while, unknowing. Like, she'd get text messages from her boyfriend and show them to him. He used to be really cut up about, like, you know, that she kept going back and forth between them. And I was like, dude, it's like, you know, why are you even with her? Like, she's fucking some other guy. This is fucking weird. And he's just like, well, I love her.
I love her. You don't understand. She's gonna pick me. No wonder he took Jeremy's side. It's all making sense now. We thought it was because of the flagging shit. We thought it was because he was beefing with the Kino Casino. I think this is just him going, Cuck Lives Matter. I think this is Cuck brothers coming together to defend one of their own. One of the members of the Cuck tribe is in danger. I have to answer the NTR signal in the sky and come and defend my brother in cucking, Jeremy Hambley. They don't understand what it's like, Jay. They don't.
Kind of mentality. It's just I don't know what to do with people like that. It's like insanity, isn't it? There's no reasoning with someone in that state of mind. He is absolutely a genuine cuck in real life. It's not just some internet thing.
It's not a meme. It's not a joke. Cog will use the word cuck a lot. It's a lot like Jeremy, actually. Jeremy and Cog, they love the word cuck. The word cuck is used so fucking much. You can check it in the Jeremizer, right? How often Jeremy was using the word cuck. Really, they were just telling on themselves. Really, they were just projecting. The reason why they love the word cuck so much is because it's always on their mind.
It's not some digital thing. No, in real life. And it does make me wonder what the situation is going on over at the current household, since we've just found out recently in one of his most recent videos that the child there is calling Johnny Daddy.
What? Like, look, it's one thing if you're cohabitating with another family and, you're very nice. You, treat their children similar to your own children. You're like the cool uncle or cool aunt. But having them call you daddy or mommy when daddy or mommy live there, like you haven't adopted this little nigga or nothing. She's just calling you daddy. When, her dad is there. Dan is there. Supposedly. I've been told that Dan has moved out, which, hold on, did he take his daughter with him? Did he, leave? Did he just, abandon his wife and daughter along with Cog and his wife?
2 daddies, apparently, and 2 mummies.
Did Cog successfully steal Dan's family? Because we've talked about this. We talked about this before, how Cog's whole grand plan in the long term is going to be to just try and steal Dan's family from underneath them.
And a child saying things like that usually means there's some strange going on within that household. Almost like, khaki pie kind of strange goings on. To make it... a little bit more subtle than saying they're all fucking each other. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. He thinks that there's a okay. I never considered that. I never considered that possibility. That it could just be a polycule situation. Well, maybe. I mean, there's really no harm. Well, there is harm. There is obvious harm in letting another man fuck your wife. But if you're going to let another man fuck your wife, you might as well let somebody like Cog do it, because he's shooting blanks. He couldn't get her pregnant or nothing, and he's not going to give her any STDs because he doesn't get any action. I don't even think he fucks his own wife.
It's odd for sure. It's a really, really weird situation. But if he was cooking out again, it would not fucking surprise me.
Who's the Aaron? Obviously, it's Dan. Dan is obviously the steel toe in the situation.
If he was cooking his wife, which he seems to be doing with Maya, he's literally dragging her into calls, and Johnny can't help but chat up women. And I guess his wife is too stupid to realize that that's what he's doing. He's not a...
Wasn't that a man? Wasn't that a man that he was chatting to? Right? Cog, that one time, it turns out that he was sweet talking a man instead of a woman. He thought it was a girl the whole time.
Attracted to her. I mean, we know he's not attracted to his wife because he keeps having to go at my wife for being fat. I don't care if my wife's fat. I don't care if his wife's fat, but he seems to have a real hang-up over it. He seems to have a real problem with fat people. And that makes you wonder, why the fuck did you marry a fat woman?
Yeah.
You know, we already know why.
This is not up for debate. There's no, it's not factually accurate about this. I've respected respect for Cog and his wife, and his fat Indian wife. I'm not going to show her, but she is fat and she is Indian. Her face is hold up. Actually, what the fuck? Fuck that. I just thought about that. I don't even need to do that. I don't even need to be that respectful. I can actually legit dead ass. Let me see. Cog has a photo. I'm pretty sure that Cog No, wait, hold up. Let me see. There it is. I'm pretty sure that Cog has put photos of his wife up on his own thing, right? He has, right? Let me see. Where? Man, I'm looking at his timeline. It's a lot of shit of me. Well, no, not me. I'm sorry. It's a lot of shit of detractors. Is this all? Oh, no, it is me. It is me. I am here. Hold on. Let me show you guys real quick. Let me show you guys. Let me see. Go to primary window. Okay. So here it is. We're in the media tab right now. Kino Casino have flagged me 4 times. He still hasn't presented any receipts to that. I'm part of the roster. I'm finally part of the roster, y'all. Hey, I'm part of his fucking... He thinks that I'm obsessed with him, which I guess maybe he has a better case for me because I've made like 3 streams about him in a row. Wait, where is his fucking... Where's his wife? I know he's put photos of her on here. What happened? Where is she? Well, if he didn't put any photos of her up here, then we'll just like fucking leave it. It doesn't matter. It's not that big of a deal. We don't have to see. You guys have already seen it. Those of you who haven't seen what she looks like, you don't need to see that. I ain't gonna show that to y'all if you haven't seen it already. Just let it go to your imagination, bro. Just go to, as a matter of fact, here, let me do it for you in your imagination. Imagine a fat British slag, right? The comeliest looking British rose that you can find at the cheapest pub in London. Make her brown. There you go. That's Cog's wife. She's just like a fat British slag, but she's also brown too, right? So, you know, she's assimilated, right? His wife looks like a very assimilated Hindu British person. That's what she looks like. GSPR F dude, thank you for $5. Loved how Clog was bitching at you before you both spoke because you couldn't speak in the voice chat and it was his fault, lol. Well, I think I went to the wrong place, but he kept telling me wrong. If you would have told me go to this place instead, that would have been fine, but he didn't. He kept insisting that you can't unmute your mic, and I kept telling him, well, no, it literally says that I'm unmuted. You can go on fucking, I had to show it. I had to show it on screen to prove that no, I literally couldn't unmute that bitch. He figured it out eventually, though. Video essay, thank you for $4.99. Cog should lay off the disabled. I was scrolling TikTok and saw some wheelchair basketball. Those guys were hooping. Deep fried croc. I mean, thank you for the £4.99. Hey, Mikey, I just got paid, and here are some shekels. Also, it's bank holiday here in UK, but Cog wouldn't know since he's unemployed. It's crazy, bro. Imagine if the government did that more often. Imagine if the government rewarded people who stayed employed more often. I wonder, maybe there would be less people on welfare, not just in the UK, but in the US too. We should do more. We should give more to people who actually work and are like functioning taxpayers and shit like that. Lucky 8 meme thief, thank you for $2. Petition to call Cluck. Germ 70, thank you for $5. So Dan had both women while Cog stood in the corner. When Dan wanted to go chase after Strange, he left his family to Cog. Total Dan victory. Oh yeah, he had like double. He had double Hindu delight up in that fucking British flat. Thank you, Bob Kasnenberg, for the 2 jewels.
Giving people shit about their wives. Oh no.
Yeah. I'll never call someone's wife. There's no point. It's a cell phone. It's like you're dissing your own wife at that point. I'm fat. Johnny is fat, right? You ever seen he's probably bigger than me actually, as far as fatness is concerned.
Being fatter than a dude in a wheelchair is actually crazy. Like, what is your excuse? At least the dude in a wheelchair can say, well, I can't walk, so it's not like I can move, right? I can't go anywhere. I'm kind of stuck. I'm kind of stuck in my chair. Maybe I can do some upper body exercise and watch my diet, but I can't burn weight as efficiently as you. You walk around. Well, he doesn't walk around. He kind of just sits around in a chair all day, a moldy chair, talking about Ralph in Kino Casino. And I guess me now, I'm going to be another guy who he talks about in the future.
That's all the curries, mate. You want to laugh the curries.
Really? I don't know about that.
Yes. Yeah, we've seen him. He has a gun. He has a big gun. He doesn't stand up.
He has a big gun.
Often when he does.
We got to get some photos of that. We got to measure it. Has he been talking shit about Ethan Ralph's gun this whole time, and his gun has gotten as monstrous? Has he been fucking throwing stones from a glass house again with this gun on gun violence? Raymond Sycamore, thank you for the hype, dude.
See, he just... Yeah, and he's got a bit more fat on his face. You'll notice that. He's tries to cover it with his beard, but it's not working, mate. You're getting jowls.
All right, now we get to the final clip. This will be him explaining how he's just mentally ill. This is going to be Paul explaining how Cog is just actually sick. He's sick in the head. Something wrong with this dude, man. Whoa. Oh, I had it muted. Why don't I ever unmute it? I'm so retarded. There you go.
The idiots began
I actually want to read this. This is hilarious. So he goes, this is apparently, allegedly, my brother Luke. It's not, but we'll get to that in a moment. So this is Luke, apparently, allegedly. But we did find this interesting on a Facebook page. So Sodom Caffrey is, I believe, is the wife of Dan. And this is actually connected to a post where Dan was doing a...
That's Dan's wife right there. And Luke is the brother of one of the other brothers of Paul, Michael, and Cog.
Eating competition.
Not this Luke. This Luke is a different guy.
We have the other picture as well, but this is important because it comes... I scribbled out everyone else because the important one is Luke Harrison. Now that isn't my brother. That's a friend of Dan's, which means Johnny can actually fake engagement with my family. He can actually go to the extent of faking it.
he's like, imagine how crazy that is. Imagine, here's the context, right? Cog is reading this shit by his brother Luke. And Paul is like, no. That is not my brother Luke. That's not my brother Luke. That is Luke Harrison, the friend of Dan and Dan's wife, who's pretending to be my brother Luke. My brother Luke never sent this text message. Cog fucking pretended. According to Cog pretended like he got a DM from his brother Luke, when really it was Luke Harrison, Dan's friend, like play pretend for him. This is what he does, bro. Just like when he was pretending to be his wife while he was fucking cooking and shit. There's something wrong with this dude, man. He's fucking pulling gay ops, having people to pretend to be his family members, or him pretending to be members of his family.
Johnny can actually fake engagement with my family. He can actually go to the extent of faking it. Yeah, that's the post.
That's Dan, by the way.
Who's attached to. There's Sodom Caffrey.
Yesterday, we had another person try the breakfast challenge. Although he done really well, he couldn't complete it. Better luck next time. If you think you could do it, why not come down and try it? 30 minutes to complete.
That's Dan with his little eat competition, his little beard and everything. And that
little beard.
Where the fuck is Dan?
He looks like a fucking dwarf.
Disappeared to.
He looks like an oversized dwarf, right? He looks like a dwarf that just got blown up.
Did he do it? Oh, no, he didn't finish it. He got pretty far. He
did get actually really far. Like, look at that shit, dude. Look at that right there. Look at that. That's a big fucking plate. That whole thing is full. There's nothing empty, right? You got sausages and grits and hash brown, and all of this is bread, right? You got all this fucking shit, right? He got through a lot of it. Like 75, 80%. In half an hour, 30 minutes, he got this much left on his plate. He was almost there. If he had 5 more minutes, he would have won the challenge. Dan would have.
Man, that is
did he do it?
Well,
man, Ralph didn't stand a chance. Ralph did not stand a chance. This guy's a monster, dude.
It's got to that point. I think everyone's cut him off. Everyone's cut off Johnny, and this is why he's got a fake engagement with family by using friends of Dan's to do it. It's kind of sad, really. So yeah, he knows someone with the exact same name as my brother. So knowing his gay ops is.
Thank you for the Jules Bob Gangster.
He just pretends to have engagement with family. My family don't care about him.
They ain't gonna rush to his defense. Where are they? Oh, it's 5 brothers against you. No. Where are they?
I love this comment down below. I'll expose all my family secrets to earn my brother's bish. It's it. Oh,
I know. It's insane.
Well, Eric,
so when it comes to this whole, like, what's this? 2 eyewitness accounts from people who know him IRL. Right, so your eyewitness is worth something, Paul, but me saying you've got a shitbag isn't worth anything, even though you've not seen me for 4 years, Paul. You're making up bollocks. You've actually...
Why do you call out his shit bag? He's in a wheelchair, dude. Like, what do you think he's supposed... Like, what is he supposed to do? He has an illness, dude.
Sat here for months on end after Michael initially came out with this, telling everyone how bullshit it was, and you met your fucking wife on my show for the months that you were here talking about how bullshit Michael was. But hey, that didn't happen to Paul now, because he's got no fucking memory. Eyewitness, though. Again, Michael claims... Paul will tell you that Michael can't lie. He's got a psychological thing where Michael can't lie, even though he's lied through his entire life. But then Paul will tell you that this whole thing with a 14-year-old called Aldner was when I was 26. And Michael will tell you that this thing with a 14-year-old called Shona was when I was 20.
Oh, see, this is what I was talking about. This is what I was talking about when I was talking to Cog. I was like, well, what if you got multiple bodies? What if you've made multiple victims and you can't even remember it? Well, I didn't bring up the you can't remember it part, but I did say, okay, what if there hypothetically is multiple victims out there, right? Well, that would make sense. Maybe one brother saw you with this girl and the other brother saw you with that girl. I'm not saying that that's what happened. I'm just saying, hypothetically.
And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, I know I've been for a meal with the family. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the only thing that I can go to is, yeah, there was a meal when I was, and I think I might have been about 20. I might have been 19. I don't even know. I was so fucking young. Do you know what I mean?
So he doesn't know, but
he doesn't know. He doesn't even know what the date was. He doesn't know all the details. He doesn't remember all this shit. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know my age. I could have been 26. I could have been 27. I know it was with a meal with a family. Well, what's the meal? Was it a Christmas dinner? Was it a birthday? I don't know. So many details. Okay, well then how can you know for sure? Right? How can you know for sure that they lied on you? You don't even remember.
To know the exact
funny, that's it. Yeah, exactly. He's got this weird thing where he's like, he can't remember, but he knows for sure. Like the Alkner thing, that was me testing to see if he knew the name, because the only way you can say it's not that.
This is Brit Bong white trash drama at its finest. No, that's gonna be when we do the Brit Bong stream, which will be a Kick exclusive.
Name is if you remember the.
It has to be. If I talk about Brit Bong, I actually thought about making a documentary about Brit Bong a while ago, but then I decided against it because I know he's gonna try and it's not even a doubt. It's not even a doubt that if I were to make a documentary about Brit Bong, he would try and take down the video. 100% he would, because I remember the first time I interacted with Brit Bong. How long ago was this? Was it in 2024 or like early 2025? Anyway, I saw Brit Bong. He had a viral tweet about Mario Brothers. He was saying some shit about the new Super Mario Brothers game. And then I'm like, wait, hold up. I recognize that guy. And then I typed underneath him and I hit reply. I'm like, hey, bro, aren't you the dude who was sending CP to other people who you were beefing with on the internet? And he didn't deny it. He didn't say no. He just came to me. He replied to me. He's like, hey, what's your address? What's your name? I'm going to find out where the fuck you live. I'm like, whoa. Why didn't you just say yes or no? And then like an A-log of Brit Bong, he came under, he replied, yes, he is that guy. And then he started posting all of these receipts of Brit Bong doing the thing that I accused him of doing. And then Brit Bong just fucking deleted his reply. He deleted his shit, so I couldn't say anything else. That was my first interaction with Brit Bong. And I know that he is a serial flaggot, flagrant flaggot, flaming flaggot, one of the worst ever in YouTube history. He would 100% try and destroy my channel, or maybe just get me to have to dox myself or something like that if I were to talk about him on YouTube. So that's going to be a Kick exclusive.
The actual name, right? I was just fucking with him just to get him to admit he knows it.
Yeah, his Second Life videos, at least back in the day, when it was still novel and he wasn't doing the same thing. He's been doing the same bit forever, dude. There were people There were people who thought that Brit Bong was next up, that he was the next big commentary guy and shit, and he fucked it up because he's a autistic spurg to the max. Like 100% he is. He's still doing it? Yes, he's still doing it. 100% he is.
I'm not going to play guessing games with dishonest Johnny. That ain't happening, right? I'm just going to fuck with him and get him to admit that he does know the name of the girl who was 14-year-old that he took to it. He's just refusing to say it. Hopefully I won't have to do another one of these streams in the future, but
Not really? What else are you going to say? Just the same stuff?
I don't know. It's just because he just keeps repeating himself. It's the same shit. He hates my wife because of the heinous crime that we played videos together without him. This is the insanity we're dealing with. He's mental. He needs help. He needs therapy, really. He needs to check himself in, or anyone around him. Please put him in a lunatic asylum.
I just don't get why
he's
why he
nuts.
cares so much about this stuff. Like, it's just...
Lolcows can only exist because you can't just put crazy people in insane asylums anymore and just leave them there. Which, you know, to be fair, there's a reason why they got shut down. The insane asylums, we talk about, we need a place for these crazy motherfuckers. And yeah, we do need some facilities. We need some service that deals with these crazy motherfuckers just getting high, ODing in the streets, leaving needles everywhere, barking at people, trying to shank people in subways and shit. We do need something to deal with those people. But those insane asylums that got shut down, there was a reason why you saw all the shit about insane asylums being places where people went crazy and were tortured and abused and shit in all the movies and books and TV shows. They were notoriously bad.
Because, I mean, this is my personal belief. He does check a few of them.
JFK didn't like them. Ronald Reagan didn't like them. They just sucked.
The hallmarks, but he's got BPD. And I would happen to be his favorite person. That's borderline personality disorder. Please, in your own time, feel free. I'm not going to bore you with science. Go check it out. Go read it up and look up what.
Oh, that's his brother, by the way. That's him just saying Cog has BPD.
Sanity we're dealing with. He's mental. He needs help. He needs therapy, really. He needs to check himself in, or anyone around him. Please put him in a lunatic asylum.
I just don't get why
he's
why he
nuts.
cares so much about this stuff. Like, it's just...
Because, I mean, this is my personal belief. He does check a few of the hallmarks, but he's got BPD. And I would happen to be his favorite person. That's borderline person.
That would explain a lot. That actually would explain a lot. He's got BPD, and he's also got this thing where he obsesses about one person in particular at a time. Right now, his favorite person is Bearing. That's why he can't let this shit go.
Personality disorder. Please, in your own time, feel free. I'm not going to bore you with science. Go check it out. Go read it up and look up what favorite person is according to a person.
Well, he's just a puff. I mean,
Ethan Van Sciver also likely has BPD. I can't prove it, but his dad had BPD. And Ethan Van Sciver has shown a lot of symptoms of being a lot like his father in multiple ways, and showing a lot of symptoms of a person with BPD. So
people in the UK,
it's a proof. It's a proof.
You just don't get along. Australians are just not going to get along with those certain
That's the less
types of
scientific
UK
terminology for it. Yes, he's borderline poofter disorder.
They're just
yes,
full ego, full aggressive, full of themselves, and they'll just say whatever to make themselves look good, and it's just all bullshit. And you're just like, oh my god, you care too much.
There's no excuse for it, for sure. Absolutely, you can rate your shit in, and he just doesn't.
BPD is really only something that's tolerable. This dude right here saying that's a woman's illness. It really is. BPD is something that's really only tolerable when you're an attractive young woman, and that's it. Like that very brief window of time. When you're like in your 20s, if you're like a college age attractive woman, you're like the only person who people tolerate having BPD. Anybody else, especially if they're men of any age, you can't, like, people just like call you a piece of shit and an asshole, or, you know, a monster, which a lot of them are. A lot of these BPD bitches, they really are just like monstrous, insane. And they're self-aware about it too. Well, not all of them. A lot of them are. A lot of them are self-aware about the fact that they're just like awful and they don't do anything about it. They don't take meds. They don't do anything. I'm kind of venting right now. I'm kind of venting right now.
I don't know. I guess unless it's content. I mean, that's the reason why we're doing this today. Is just to stir it up and cause content.
He got so dry on content, he just said, "Oh, I'm just going to burn my family to get content," which is fucked up. It's weird and mental.
It's weird that to do it like 5 or 6 streams in a row. It's just like, come on, man, what are you doing?
TSB cries it. Thank you for the full send. All right, so that was Cog's brother Paul, basically sharing his piece. Those were some interesting things I thought were interesting from that Ear Juice stream, where he shared those details about Cog. That Cog is mentally ill, likely has BPD, that he is literally a cuck. That's factually true. That's factually accurate fact about Cog, that he is a BPD cuck. Undeniable. Now, we can move on to the Ralph segment. Because what's a Cog stream without a Ralph segment, even when Cog is the subject of said stream? So this is back when, holy shit, how long ago was this? Colonel J, we appreciate you for fucking, these clips are very hard to find. People who clip the kill stream, very, very rare these days. So this is back early 2025 or late 2024. He got into a little back and forth with Cog. Cog decided to call in and he tried to destroy Ralph. He tried to force a blood sport, basically, and that doesn't work. You can't brute force a blood sport. It has to come naturally. This is the problem. When blood sport, if people ever wonder, why did the internet blood sports era, right? We still have blood sports from time to time, but why did the era where people were trying to do the digital cage match shit, the Thunderdome type shit, why did that shit die? Well, it's because you really can't brute force something like that. If you want actual blood sports, actual authentic people just fucking getting in the digital cage match and throwing hands and whatnot, it's got to be natural. It's got to flow. It's got to be in the moment. Like me with Cog, right? Like it wasn't planned. It wasn't artificial. It was built up through other tension. Like there has to be a storyline. You can't WWE-ify fucking blood sports, even though it is in the spirits of that. It has to happen on its own. So that's why it died. And Cog, he tried to make this happen. It should really have worked. It should have been an authentic blood sports, this shit. But, you know, he didn't, Cog ain't got it. And honestly, I feel like Ralph came off looking better in their brief exchanges with each other.
This call is being routed by Google. The cost of this call is 1 cent per minute.
Rosie Morris. Rosie Morris.
Who?
Rosie Morris.
That's really weird that you call somebody and the first thing you do is you say their name. You say like their kid's name. Why? Why would you say the name of his daughter, dude? Like, what is wrong with you? It's like the last stream we were talking about Cog, and his stream goal was, it's a goal 1,600 for Xander Vickers. Why are you fucking talking about his, why are you putting his kids' names in your shit so much, in your mouth all the time?
Rosie.
It's like people who troll Low Tier God. And they keep saying, like, they'll bring up Low Tier God's daughter, but then they'll say his daughter's name. Why? Why can't you just troll him regular about being a deadbeat? Why you gotta get that level of creepy about it?
Morris, you know, you're charging a lot to see or be around Ralph.
No, I'm not. I'm not familiar with that person.
You paid a Mexican gigolo to fuck your wife in the ass, and you told everyone this. Why?
What?
Sean Cameo.
Why'd you pay a Mexican gigolo to fuck your wife in the ass?
What did I do? What?
Why did you pay a Mexican gigolo to fuck your wife in the ass? Why'd you tell everyone this?
Why did I do what, Cog? That seems like
I tell you what, Ralph,
a bizarre fantasy that you have.
Here's another thing too, right? So he's saying this. He's like, why'd you let that Mexican gigolo fuck Pantsu in the ass? Why'd you do that, Cog? The evidence that he has, I know it's a fun story. It's a fun story. Ralph was over there in Mexico and he got drunk and like some fucking Mexican pimp or gigolo or whatever fucked his wife or something. He was a cuck. fucked her in the ass and all that. That's a fun story. The evidence that we have for this is on par with the same evidence we have for all of the claims that people make about Cog. Cog will say that that shit isn't true, but then he'll take literally any story about Ralph, regardless of whether we have plenty of receipts about it or not. He'll say that that's 100% true. And I tried to bring this up to him in the stream. I'm like, you do the same thing. You will take narratives about people you don't like Ralph, or Worski, or PPP, or Josh, and you'll fucking run with it forever, regardless of whether the receipts actually back up what you're saying or not. But then when somebody like me does that to you, you'll cry about it.
Don't cope over reality that you told the world.
No, I'm asking you, why are you so obsessed with that sort of thing? Isn't that bizarre?
That you've had in your $400 shack in Mexico.
Isn't that bizarre? Dude, my house looks much nicer than yours.
You have to take so much. You don't own your house. Shut up. So like I say, whoever...
Okay, so that was a lie. Hold on, let me back that up real quick.
Isn't that bizarre?
That you've had in your $400 shack in Mexico. Reality that you told the world.
No, I'm asking you, why are you so obsessed with that sort of thing? Isn't that bizarre?
Yeah, why are you obsessed? Why are you obsessed with his daughter, dude? Why do you keep saying Rosie's name? What does that have to do with you? Like, truly, what does anything to do with the Morris family have to do with you? We can give him a slight pass for the whole Vickers saga, because Matthew Vickers was in love with Cog and made Cog his top guy. He anointed Cog. He gave him a fucking coin from his coin shop. It was like putting a crown. It's like knighting him, right? When Vickers gave Cog that coin, that was the coin merchant equivalent of knighting somebody. He became his top crusader, the tip of the spear against Ralph and shit. We can give him a pass on that. The Vickers family made Cog part of that drama. When it comes to the Morris family, though, what do you have to do with Pansy or Rosie? That's not your business, dude.
In your $400 shack in Mexico.
Isn't that bizarre? Dude, my house looks much nicer than yours.
You have to take so much. You don't own your house.
That might actually be true. Again, we say Mexican crack shack. The crack shack might still be better than wherever, because we're going to see, actually. I have one more thing for us to look through concerning Cog, and there is a good chance that Ralph is living it up better than Cog is. There's a very good chance.
So like I say, whoever that
you don't own your house. The fat Bombay buffet buster owns your house. You lying fuck. No, you don't. No, you. Okay, show it. Okay, show us. It's
my house.
The title.
You live
show us
in
the
a
lease.
shack that you rent in Mexico for $400.
No, Cog.
You live
okay.
off, what, a torta or
we know
something
your
a day?
name.
You have to buy large bottles of
two niggas that don't own shit arguing about who owns less
water because you need to fill small bottles.
You don't own your house. You don't own your house. Like, what do you mean?
You know your name. Shit. Just show the document that shows you own your...
My name is on the lease. Okay, but you don't own it, though. Okay. Whose name is on the shit that you're living in? Is it you?
You have to take your Coke bottles back to the fucking store because you can't afford bottles of Coke. You're so broke.
That's so stupid.
You've even faked donations to your show through Bitcoin.
Show the document where you own the house, Cog. Can you show the document?
Yeah, show the receipts. See, he never wants to show receipts. That's what I was getting on him on. Like, dude, just show the receipts and I would stop. Same thing with the flagging shit. It's like, I don't want to jump through hoops for any... Just show your flagging history. It would be an easy W. If he would have showed his flagging history at the end and he would have showed that he wasn't flagging, I would have had to apologize with him and he would have taken the retroactive W for the rest of the poor performance throughout the stream up until that point. But he didn't want to do it. So that means that he did it, obviously, because if he actually didn't flag my shit and he still chose not to show the receipt that he didn't and not show his flagging history anyway, well, you're just retarded. And now you have a reputation as a flagged and you fucking lost to me, essentially. Zaket Sarai, thank you for the pack it up. Two broke retards fighting. Exactly, this is two broke niggas fighting about who's broker. Thank you for the 1,000 kicks, by the way.
You show the document.
Send Bitcoins to yourself.
Can you show the document?
Wallet. And you said
can
you
you
Bitcoin
show?
On your show. You know they're all lies.
Nobody even knows what you're talking about, Cog.
It's the show street, guys. You gotta hit it, guys.
Yeah, well, it's 156.
Let's hope you yelling at me will help you pass
No,
what I
I'm
made
asking
today,
you
although
to
you've not
show
done it
the
in less
document
time.
that you own your
You're coming up to
house.
5 hours.
Just
Why do I need
prove
to
you own the
anything
house.
to you?
Just show
don't
the
need to
document
prove
that you
my
own the
reality
house.
to you.
And no, I don't save code.
If he actually did show the document that he owned the house, which he can't because he doesn't, but if he did, he would have immediately been able to own Ralph. It's like, look, I own more. I own this little ass fucking flat and, you know, my place. And Ralph doesn't even own his shit. He would get one over on Ralph immediately. He won't because he can't, because he doesn't.
Bottles to get free Cokes. You turn in the Coke bottle when you buy a Coke. It's Mexico, you retard.
Sex offender? Why don't you show the documents of being a convicted sex offender?
I'm not
Why don't you show any
a
of the
sex offender.
emails of you?
He's not. That is true. He is not a convicted sex offender. He's a convicted revenge pornographer. Now that's completely different. It's not the same thing, though. You know, it's not the same thing.
Talking to fucking Matthew Vickers about how you want to give up your son.
Ralph is very passionate about that difference. It's not sex offender. It's revenge pornographer. See, one is better than the other because the other one means you got to be part of the sex offender registry, right? You're a revenge pornographer. Okay, that's your reputation now. It's on the record. You don't have to fucking, when you do that thing where you look up like where all the pedophiles are in your area, right? And you live next to Ralph, you won't do that. You can't do that when Ralph is near you. It wouldn't matter anyway because he lives in Mexico. And I don't think they have that app in Mexico. Because I think if you did have that thing in Mexico where you could just look up every pedophile on the registry within your neighborhood, it would just be a sea of dudes, right? Because I don't know, from what I've heard, the amount of uncles who like do weird shit with their nieces and nephews and shit in Mexico is kind of crazy. Also, nice super chat. Cog is a fag.
And literally put him up for adoption. Your son, do you want to put
$25? That was probably more than Cog made on his whole stream.
I don't know who Matthew Vickers is. I don't know who Matthew Vickers is.
Look what I'm doing for you.
How did that defamation lawsuit go? Hey, Cog.
Look, I'm making you money
How did that defamation lawsuit go?
Buddy.
How did that defamation lawsuit go, Cog? How did that defamation lawsuit go?
What do you mean your defamation law? You're a convicted sex offender.
I didn't have one. Matthew Vickers filed one against me. How did that go?
Why are you living in Mexico?
How did that go?
How'd that go?
How did that go?
It's actually not because of Vickers. It's not because of Vickers that he's living in Mexico. Now, after the shit, it did eventually Vickers' nonsense encouraged him to stay in Mexico because on the off chance that Ralph did lose against Vickers, which he never did, amazingly, just 80-0 against Matthew Vickers. Matthew Vickers only exists to give Ethan Ralph that super rare platinum plutonium W that usually eludes him, right? On the off case that Vickers did win a lawsuit against Ralph, though, he wouldn't have to pay, or he would struggle to be able to get some money from Ralph because Ralph has crossed the border. So
how did his marriage? How did his marriage go?
My marriage is going great. How did your marriage go?
How did Matthew Vickers' marriage go?
How did a father turn out for you?
How did his marriage go?
Look, I'm glad you've done this. You made my show for tomorrow.
How did his marriage go?
Something you literally
he filed a domestic violence restraining order against his own wife. He filed a domestic restraining order.
Left you and took your children.
He sent it against his own wife. Okay.
Rosie Morris. Never forget Rosie.
It's like two dudes who are losing in life talking about another dude who's also losing in life. Vickers arguably is losing in life worse than like either of these two? Because again, I've said before, I don't really have anything against anybody in the sector for real, except for Vickers, because Vickers shouldn't even be in the sector. Vickers should have been a family man. And as soon as all that shit and concerning Ralph and Faith would have happened, he should have took Faith back. He should have just, all right, Faith, we're going to do this. We're going to get you situated. You're going to get you in a position where you can fucking take care of this kid that you had with that retard on the other side of the country, right? And that should have been the end of it. You shouldn't even have been associated. But not only did he decide to stick around, he decided to become active in this fucking realm. For some reason, he decided to do that. And I always hold that against him because he ended up, he like I said in the video, his family was already fucked, but he accelerated the process a lot. He made things way worse than they needed to be. Lost his business, lost his marriage, fucking made things worse. Xander has a Kiwi Farms page. Xander wouldn't need, well, no, actually, Xander probably would still have a Kiwi Farms page if it wasn't for that, but it would be smaller, right? Right? He has his Kiwi Farms page. Fucking Vickers. Faith has one. Everybody involved in this fucking drama, their shit is on Kiwi Farms now, and it's his fault, and it never needed to get to that point. But he wanted to be internet shot jock and e-celeb in the sector of all places. And that's why I can't stand this dude. And he is losing more because Ralph is not doing that best financially. I'm pretty sure he's not $300,000 to $400,000 in debt. And his ex-wife, hold on, is Pantsu divorced from him yet? I don't think Pantsu is even still divorced from Ralph. I think they're actually still just estranged. That's why he couldn't get married to, shit, I forgot her name. Sarah Hampton? How the fuck did I forget her name? Like, she's out of I haven't been watching the content and I immediately fucking forgot. Scarlett. He couldn't get married to Scarlett because Pantsu refused to give him the divorce that he was promised 3,000 years ago, right? So I don't think that they're even divorced. Anyway, Ralph's ex-wife or still wife or estranged wife or whatever, she has not accused him of raping her, right? Which is another thing that Ralph can have over Vickers. He's not $300,000 to $400,000 in debt, and his wife or former wife has not yet to accuse him of raping her. So, you know.
Should I
low standards, but what can you say?
Call up his wife?
We aren't talking about the world's finest here.
How many
should I get her side of the story?
How many restraining orders?
Oh wait, no. Is it now? Is it whataboutism now? Is it whataboutism? What happened in the Vickers household?
Rosie Morris.
Since you're the biggest champion, I'm not even trying.
That's Cog's wife in the background. She had to join in.
It's Head Vickers.
She could sense that Cog was losing, and she's like, I can come in. I can help you, Cog.
His marriage didn't exactly take off, is what I'm saying.
Rosie calls another man daddy now.
Who are you even talking about?
Calls another man daddy now, Ralph.
That's so weird.
You can't even have any kids.
That's so weird. He's so weird about this shit. Rosie calls another man daddy. Okay, so why do you care? Fucking weirdo, dude. Why do you care what his fucking 3-year-old daughter is doing? Why is that your business?
You're depressing me in a deadbeat dad.
No, it's not. It's lovely. It's the best thing.
Dan's daughter allegedly calls another man daddy too. Like, what do you have to say about that?
I want to see Xander in like 10 days.
In like a couple of, for like 4 hours. Oh, wow, you're such a great dad.
Actually, 8 hours, but that's okay.
Did you, a whole 8 hours? Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, that's great.
You stream longer than 8 hours every day, you sad fuck, and you see your son for less time in the month.
You know what you would say? You know what you would say if I didn't show up for that at all? You would say, Ralph's a super deadbeat. Ralph's a super deadbeat. He doesn't show up to see his family. No, you don't have a family. You stole Cogs. You stole Dan's child, you fucking freak fucker. Yeah, you better hang up, you fucking pedophile fuck. You better fucking fag.
I take it back. This actually was pretty good. This actually was pretty good. Maybe you can force the blood sports a little bit if you actually hate the guy who you're talking to.
I like the second version better, in case you couldn't tell.
Okay, so I'm going to give that round. I'm going to give round 1. I'm going to give round 1 to Ralph there. We're just going to fast forward over here to round 2. Oh, wait, hold up. You can see here. Let me go back. Let me go back real quick. Let me go back.
No, you don't have.
Okay, so the goal, we over here, $100. We fast forward. What was that? $167, bro. 67% close to his $250 goal. Cog wouldn't know anything about this. How many times does Cog meet a $250 goal, bro? That's crazy. He lives like a king. I mean, let's think about this. This is something that people don't consider. This is something that people don't consider when it comes to Ralph and like him living in Mexico. Because he lives in Mexico, him just making $200 or so on a stream basically means he gets to live like a king. He basically gets to live like a king in Mexico. Because, I mean, look, bro, If you're making just $1,000 every 2 weeks or whatever in Mexico, isn't that like above the middle class line or where Mexico is, depending on where you live? Maybe in Mexico City, it's a little bit higher than that, or some place like that, but you know. Jerem70, thank you for $2. Ralph can't say it back or he suffers legal issues. I mean, still, that's weird to go on his stream and try and use that against him. The fact that he can't say his daughter's name or, you know, his wife's name or whatever. The fact that he can't say that without him getting in trouble. That's weird to try and weaponize that against another man. Thou Warrior, thank you for 250 RSD. Favorite part of this video is that his wife joins in at the end. He never fights his battles alone. No, he doesn't, actually. He doesn't well, no, I can't say that because he went on the stream with me the other time. So, okay, he does occasionally fight his battles alone, but he doesn't win them alone. So, car companies pay like $3 an hour in Mexico. Okay, so shit. Ralph might actually be, maybe I was underplaying it, king. He might actually be the emperor, Holy Roman Emperor Ralph in Mexico, depending on where he lives, right? Gator, thank you for the $4.99. I still have my coin and Ralph Mail t-shirt from Vickers. Would a note about having a better Christmas than Ralph? It was funny at first, but after a while, it's like you shouldn't be this obsessed with another man. You should be more concerned about your business and your family, dude. Doom Studios, thank you for 249 euros. Who's the dumber, Brokey, Cog, or Ralph? I would say Cog, honestly. Ralph used to be. There was a time. Ralph graduated from college. Ralph has he has a degree in fucking journalism and shit. He's like done research about politics. Technically, fucking Ralph is more qualified from an academic standpoint, from an academic perspective. He's more qualified to talk about the news and politics and shit than somebody like Destiny or Styx Hexenhammer. He actually is, unironically. Torgo Higgins, thank you for $2. Close my eyes. I can picture them in a trailer park. Working Choco Bro, thank you for $2. Mikey, talk about Cog's worst crime, beat theft. All right, so this is round 2 we're on.
Buddy. Hey, angry, lonely man.
Cog. Hey, man, can we talk?
Butts the Ashtray Miner, thank you for the rage quit. Thank you for the 500 kicks.
Talk normally, or?
I mean, you have me blocked on the internet, dude.
For your first kick emote, you should use the Cog Wojak. That's actually a good idea. That's a good idea, actually, unironically.
What are you talking about?
So?
Maybe we'll make a hashbrowns emote, too.
Buddy. Hey, angry, lonely man.
Cog. Hey, man, can we talk normally, or?
I mean, you have me blocked on the internet, dude. What are you talking about?
So?
Imagine being Cog. Imagine being Johnny Harris and complaining about somebody else blocking you on the internet, dude. That's all you do.
Oh.
He unblocked me, though. Here's what he did. He unblocked me the day that we talked. Maybe he unblocked me because he's like, somebody went to him and he's like, Cog, Mikey's trying to talk to you and he can't like reply to you on Twitter because you blocked him and he's trying to tell you that he'll come on. So I think he unblocked me for that. But he had me blocked initially. Like for my first reply to him, he blocked me.
Why are you acting like I'm the one who's not one to talk?
No, I mean, I'm asking you, why can't we talk normally?
You even blocked me on my internet browser account that never used for anything.
I block anything to do with you, yeah.
Right, I know you block a lot of stuff apart from paying attention and ringing me, right?
What's wrong with blocking people?
I'm just wondering why you ring me, though.
Well, for fun.
Because I haven't got a restraining order like your exes.
Well, no, just for fun. Why would a court order ever stop me from doing... Listen, why would a court order ever stop me from doing anything I wanted to do, Cog? You know my...
That's a fair point, actually.
History.
It's a bad point. It doesn't it doesn't say anything very righteous about Ralph, but that's a fair point.
Like,
he did violate a lot of those orders that were made between him and Faith, and it got him in trouble.
Please. Anyway, can you...
Which makes it all the crazier that Vickers kept losing to Ralph, because he makes it so easy.
Can we talk one at a time, or is that... Cog.
I know you're a convicted sex offender.
Cog, can we talk? Cog, you're a pedophile rapist, but can we talk one at a time, or is that not going to happen?
See, that's a new one. That's actually a new one. That's an ad lib from Ralph saying that he's a pedophile rapist. Nobody said that, Ralph. His brothers did not say he was a pedophile rapist. They just said he was a pedophile. Like, come on, dude. Stop trying to be sensationalist. Just adding shit.
I mean, what?
He didn't rape the 14-year-old. It was like, it actually is legally still rape, even if she says yes. So, you know what? Hold up. Never mind. Maybe he wasn't actually. Okay, so that's not sensationalist. That's just a redundancy, I guess.
Right. Are you going to answer any of these things? He's going to deny it all.
Well, I mean, some things I can talk about, some things I can't.
So you can't talk about, obviously, the fact that you paid a Mexican gigolo to fuck your wife in the ass.
It's like calling somebody a serial killer murderer. Well, you're saying the same thing twice, so.
I can't say anything about any person you mentioned there, no.
Okay. So, but you did pay your Mexican
I've said a lot. I will say this. I've said a lot of things on the internet that might not be true. I will say that.
Oh, there we go. So you're a liar, Ralph. I know that. Trust me. You lie about me all the time.
Now, but have your brothers done the same thing?
Daddy Ralph is here.
Yeah, they lie too. Trust me. They're too rejected.
So why did they do that? Look, I actually would like to talk to you. Listen, hey, we hate each other. Cog.
No, again, I'm telling you.
Okay, finish your thought.
Again, you want to talk about my brothers, I'll do it.
I would like to talk just in a normal conversation. We hate each other. We know that, but like...
You're asking me about if you're going to...
EJ and Cog are aligned on the Copsino question. See, this is another thing that I was close. I was going to ask this to Cog, but then he kept interrupting me and ended up interrupting my train of thought, so I couldn't ask him. And I'm like, Cog, there are other people who also don't like Worski or PPP or Josh Moon, right? They also hate these dudes, and some of them even say similar things similar to what you say. Those guys don't like you, and they don't take your side on things, right? And they also, like, some of them even also peddle the whole you're a pedophile thing that your brothers started. What about them? So shouldn't those dudes be in your camp by default then? And, I never asked them about that. I wanted to bring that up. What about all the other people who also don't like Josh or the Kiwi Farms or the Kino Casino, but they also hate you too? Like, he thinks it's one side or the other. He thinks that anybody who doesn't like him is automatically aligned with the casino and all this. That's not the case. Like, the fact that Ethan Ralph's existence completely disproves that, dude. Because he fucking hates those niggas as much as you do.
Okay, go ahead.
Right? So, you've obviously asked about Michael and Paul who've come on your show. Would you know Michael came on your show and had nothing for you? And it was like 2 weeks later he came out with his bullshit online. 4 years later, Paul decides to say this stuff because he marries an ex-stalker fan of mine called Samantha Slimeshop, who you've also spoken to as well.
I haven't spoken to her, but I've interacted with her, yeah.
Yeah, I know. But that's what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, I've got ex-stalker fans who married my brothers. Paul, after Michael made these accusations, met her on my show because he was on my show for months. My audience already know all this. It's bullshit claims. There's
okay,
no
well,
look,
listen.
People can check. There's no police reports.
Cog, take a breath.
Bro, just stop. It's like he was doing this to me, too. It's like, if you don't stop him, if you try and stop him, if you try to stop him from yapping it up, let's try and stop his yap sessions, then he's going to try and say, can I finish? Can I finish? Right? So you got to let him finish, or else he's going to be like, can I finish? You won't let me talk.
I don't do anything with that.
It's like you're just talking in circles anyway, bro. You're just looping.
Well, I'm talking to a convicted sex offender.
No, you're not actually. But Cog, if you want to have a decent conversation, we can have that. Or if you want to turn it into, do you want to have a decent conversation? Yes or no?
You couldn't contest the charge. You couldn't contest the charge.
I'm asking you, do you want to have a decent conversation?
He thinks it's like a barrage. It's like a machine gun. I'm just gonna throw all these things at you, and then when it's your turn, you have to reply to 5 or 6 different things. And if you don't reply to 1 or 2 things because you're just trying to reply to the first 2 or 3, I'm going to say that you're a liar, or you're not answering those things because, you can't.
You did revenge pornography. You couldn't contest the charge.
I pled no contest to revenge pornography, yes.
Which is why you're a convicted sex offender.
It's a very lazy thing. It's a very slimy tactic that fast talkers who also like to lie like to use a lot. Destiny does this to people.
That's not a sex offense, and it's definitely not a registered sex offense. Can you show me where I'm on the registered sex offense roll?
I never said you want to register.
Okay, whatever. I'm not, and
yes, gish galloping. That's what it is.
Everything that's ever been on film or picture has been consensual. Cog, but you know, your brothers. Cog, are you gonna let me talk or no?
I don't care about what people say about me, Ralph. I'm going off.
Okay,
that is not true at all, Mr. I'm gonna show up in Mikey's chat because he's streaming about me. Mr. Mikey won't come on to debate me. Mr. Bering is talking about me. He's afraid of me. He needs an army to confront me in Discord. You care a lot about what people have to say about you, dude. And if you would just admit that, he tries to act like, no, I don't care. I have too much integrity. I'm just about the facts. I'm just about reality. I don't care what you spurgs, what you retards have to say. If he would just like go with it. Just admit that you're here for the drama like the rest of us. Stop trying to act like you're better than all of us when you're coming from the same sewer that we are. If he would just do that, things would go so much fucking better. But no, Cog has to be the man on top of the hill. He has to look down on the rest of us.
Not me, and I just answered you, so why can't you answer me?
This isn't saying this, Ralph. It's a literal fucking document signed by law that you're a convicted.
Who gives a fuck?
Not registered.
Law sign all kinds of shit. Who gives a fuck?
You couldn't contest it. You couldn't contest it.
No, I could have contested it. I said, a year suspended sentence.
Who is Low Tier God? You don't know who Low Tier God is. That's actually a surprise. Because Low Tier God, he's had some very, very viral memes. Like some generational memes have come from Low Tier God and from his tractor community. Very recently, in fact, hold up, I said recently, it's still ongoing. He's in a feud with Gideon. Gideon and Low Tier God, they talked a long time ago, back when Low Tier God was starting to get actually mainstream popular. And he was going on platforms like Destiny and shit. And it all came crumbling down. He became a lolcow again. Well, he's always been a lolcow. But his fame, his attempt at becoming famous, it all went down the hill because, you know, it came out that, you know, he's a deadbeat dad. And he has a kid that he's not taking care of. You know, like a certain somebody. I say a certain somebody. Several certain somebodies that we know. Deadbeat dad who's not taking care of his kids and shit. And he said all sorts of crazy shit about his daughter and how like he doesn't care. And he hasn't doxed himself. Well, he is doxed. We do know where Low Tier God lives, but he accidentally showed how much he's paying for child support. So we know that not only does the kid exist, that he also has to pay child support payments. And people have done the math on how much money he likely makes from all his streaming and selling merch and shit. And how much his child support payments are and how much it costs for him to live where he is. And he's in all this debt. It's actually a lot. There's a lot going on with Low Tier God. And he's currently in a feud with Gideon, who's calling him out for being a deadbeat dad who won't take care of his kid. So there you go. Just gave you a crash course.
This means nothing, and who cares? And I'll sign this and get away with it.
I know. So you're a convicted sex offender.
No.
Also, his baby mama is Latina. Just, you know.
Fucking hell, the cope is unreal with you, man.
I mean, like, revenge pornography and sex offense has two different connotations. Cog, can we talk? You wanted to talk to me. Can we talk like one at a time, or is that?
Ralph wants to have an actual reasonable conversation here. Let me see. Low Tier God. Okay, age 35. I don't know about that one. 35 years old. I don't know about that one, LTG. I don't know, bro. 35. I don't think so. Imagine being a man and lying about your age. Okay, so Covenant jerseys tier list. Where is it? Where are they? Okay, so here you go. We get to see the Low Tier God's fits here. Okay, so right here, got this right here, all these Covenant jerseys. We got another one right here. This is one of my favorites. One of my favorite Low Tier God Covenant jerseys. Some voodoo shit, some New Orleans Mardi Gras fucking voodoo shit. Like you wear this when you're fucking a Creole bitch who's trying to hex you, I guess. That's what that's for. And we got this over here. He poses for all of his, he's his own model. He's like, nobody else can be his model for his shit because nobody else has the physique of low tier God. In reality, he can't afford anybody else to be a model for his shit, so he has to do it. This is what low tier God's clothing brand looks like. He says that he be selling out on shit. I'm pressing X to doubt. It's hard for me to believe some shit like that. Bape. Oh shit, one thing goes wrong. Bape. So there you go. And maybe you're interested. Maybe you want some of this shit, bro. You trying to look fly, dude. Hassan legs. Yes, he does. Low tier God, he has skipped literally. He skips leg day like he skips child support payments. For real. So this is how low tier God is living. This is his clothing brand. He says that this shit be selling out. People love it. They love to cop his jerseys. I don't know about that. But hey, maybe some of you are interested.
You have me blocked. Hello, I'll say this again.
Cog, what is your whole thing with wanting to talk to somebody on Discord or have a conversation with some...
I laughed at you on the internet.
Pull up the Covenant website and check out the typo on the out of stock page. Let's see. Is this where it is? Covenant brand. Covenant brand. What the fuck? What is this? Oh, okay. It's too close up. Still, wait. Let's go. Wait, what is this? Why is this? Hold on. Okay, I thought it was me. This shit is just formatted like shit. Oh, I gotta log in? What the fuck? Oh, I gotta put in a password. Am I on the wrong website? Oh, it didn't load right. Oh, it's the fucking, oh, the website is just fucking broken. Well, okay. Maybe it wants me to turn some shit off. I'm not turning anything off so I can go to your fucking website, low tier God. Sorry. That's not happening, nigga. That's not happening.
Okay, well, I laugh at you.
I know, but you're a convicted sex offender.
I know, but you know when this all changed is when I had your brother on.
You said this when Warski came on.
No, it changed. It changed when I had your brother on, and he talked about what a thief you were and how he punched you in the face.
You brought Warski on angry at me, and you lied about your wife, and I didn't, and that's why they'd fallen out with you, because I don't like.
Why are you bringing up Warski as if Ralph doesn't hate Warski as much as he hates you? See how he packages everybody who he doesn't like together? We're all on the same side.
They fucking do, and I don't do that.
Cog, you lie about me all the time. You say I live in a fucking shack.
No, I don't. It's the reason why.
Yes, you do. You actually do lie about Ralph a lot. Because let's say, I don't know, we can't prove. We actually cannot prove some of the things that are said about Ralph. Some of them are just funny in jokes. But Cog will treat them like they're real. And it's like, oh, they're just jokes. Well, okay. People calling you all the shit that we call you, that you're a fucking British bum on. Actually, hold up. That's actually is true. He is a British bum. We're going to see that in a minute, right? I'm going to show you guys this last video that we finally watch and shit. Right? So it's like, it's the same thing, but he doesn't see it that way.
I don't live in a...
Wait, I just realized this. Speaker Johnson out? Ralph, that A and that K, I think you need to swap places there, buddy. Specaire Johnson out?
Jack, and I was watching your bullshit the other day, and you said you knew my docs. You said you knew my docs.
Because I knew that you would literally post it out.
Cog, do you know my docs?
I don't know your docs. I don't care.
Thank you for the gold trophy, Pizza Monkey.
King of integrity.
What? I don't have your docs.
Okay, well, you said, I've seen his house, I have his docs, and it's pitiful.
Okay, so you're lying. Literally, he's lying on Ralph right now, bro. And he says that he lives in reality. He doesn't do what we do. He doesn't lie like us. He doesn't push bullshit narratives like we do. You don't even know what Ralph's house looked like, dude. How do you know he lives in a shack?
On air.
Maybe he does, but you can't fucking prove it.
That's where you live, bro.
You said that on air. Cog.
You'll be moving.
Did you or did you not say that on air?
I've not said I've got your docs now.
Wrong. You said, I've seen his house, I know where he lives at, and it's pitiful. That's what you said.
Yeah, a little tin shack. What a thing.
But you don't know where I live. You have no clue where I'm at, and so like that's a complete falsehood.
I know what I've been shown, and I see the.
Okay, well, show
Ralph loves Worski. He just can't admit it. Maybe.
It could be yours. It might not be.
It's not.
Well, if it's not, then who cares? It's a $400.
Okay, so you just admitted that you lied.
No, I don't lie. I've literally said what I've seen. Was you?
Well, it's not a lie if you believe it, like George Costanza said. Yeah. Costanza said, yeah.
Ralph, it's not going to say you being alone, though, not living in a tin shack, right?
Dude, I don't live in a tin shack. There are no tin shacks, as far as I know.
You live alone, though. And you really
so what?
Go to Mexico.
Is that bad? I've had whores my whole life. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, no, but that's just...
I live alone, too. And, like, that actually is weird. You say you live alone, though. Maybe he just assumes... You know, here's what it is. Cog might assume that he's living terribly. Again, Ralph might be living terribly. I don't know. But he might assume that Ralph is living in just terrible fucking straits because you live alone. How can you afford to live somewhere nice? I live someplace that's pretty decent. I live, alone. Granted, I make more money than Cog. Cog probably presumes that if he was living alone and he had to live off his own income and what little welfare checks he gets from the UK government and shit, he would be living in a literal shack. He'd be living in a cardboard box on the side of the road. So maybe he's projecting there.
You though, isn't it? Like you have to.
I mean, who cares about living alone?
I mean,
that's a skill, actually. That's something you should be able to deal with, living alone. What's wrong with living alone? You lived alone plenty of times.
Opportunities to have a family.
What about Alaska?
Who gives a shit about? I'm married to my wife. What are you talking about?
Why do you have that American flag behind you, by the way?
Because I like America.
You'll never be American.
We don't love you back, Cog. Sorry.
Right now.
You'll never be American.
I'm about to continue doing my show here, but you can see that
you'll never be an American, Cog.
Hopefully you'll get some money, Ralph. I don't have your.
You will never be an American.
Cog is one of the British niggas that we had to chase out to begin with, right? He's one of those. Some of them stayed. Some of them came across after the war was over. He's one of the initial ones that had to be ran out. Like, nah, you can't stay here, bro.
Do you see how easy that was?
We're going to give that one to Ralph, too. Ralph, 2-0 against Cog on the same stream. He didn't even try. Cog did most of the talking, actually. All right, now we're going to watch this last clip, and then we're going to get to the last thing I have to show you guys regarding Cog.
Oh. Sit there and say, anyone on the internet right now, literally sit there and say that song, that Let One Go, is fetish porn. I think you should flag them down.
He's watching fetish porn with his minor niece.
Because they're probably pedophiles. Just flag them down on Twitter. Not even lying. Anyone who does it. Even Ralph. Flag him down. Why?
Dude, I didn't even show it. What the... Even Ralph flag him down? Okay, well...
He makes him... Even Ralph gets tired watching Cog.
First off, total war on you, bitch.
That's what I was saying. You can't say shit like this and then complain if you ever get your shit flagged. Like, you're just asking for consequences.
That's how you want to go? All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see if your channel's up to snuff, cocksucker, because I didn't show anything from your niece and would never. But, okay.
Clearly, he's a pedophile. Anyone on the internet...
Like, what? I don't even know what you showed to your niece, you fucking weird fuck. Okay, even Ralph Mel. Okay, I think you may be picking off a fucking bite that's too much to chew, cocksucker.
Sick.
I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
Something sick in the head where you hear a parody, an obvious joke parody. I've got people actually, I've seen, it's so good. I love it when I get people who have messaged me today and they're just like, wow, they really turned that into a sexual. Yeah, they have. Yeah. That's the hatred I have. There are people who...
Dude, Cog, people just fuck with you, man. Like, I should hate you, but even me more than anybody should hate you, but I really don't. You're just a nuisance.
Turned up and they're just like, wait.
I don't hate you either, Cog. If you're watching this, Cog, I also don't hate you. You make me a little tired, but that's about it.
Wait, that's
I could not muster the passion. I could not muster the passion to care about you outside of talking about you for some content from time to time. I really couldn't.
Obvious fart parody song, like why are people saying this is fart fetish porn? I don't know. Because I'm not them. I don't have that mentality. I just go, oh, it's an obvious kid song being silly, and they're like, fart fetish porn, and I'm just like, it's literally child friendly on YouTube. 27 million. This isn't no pregnant Elsa shit or anything. It's just like Elsa and someone doing quite a good cover actually of it, but like, you know, in a Weird Al type. Do I have to explain Weird Al to Snort Hogan? Do I have to explain Weird Al to Dark_Escobar? I think.
Why are you even telling us this shit? Why? Why do we even need to know this? The weird shit you get up to. Weird shit. Anyway, the last thing I want to show you guys, maybe some of you guys have already seen this before, but Cog is going to show us. He's going to give us a tour of his council flat. Now, maybe he still lives here. Maybe he's moved up. He's upgraded. I heard that he's gotten to the gold plan. So maybe he's living it Godzilla huge in a place, I don't know, maybe like 1 or 2 extra windows. It actually has a toilet installed in that bitch. I don't know. But we're going to watch Cog give us a tour of his council flat and show us how you can live, how good you can live on the British taxpayers' dime.
Shithole in here.
Whoa,
we're going to leave that behind as well. Welcome to the Cog Cribs edition of my absolute shithole. I have no idea if anyone's live with me right now. We're about to go in the door. Let's oh shit, I've got like fucking key of weights on my back as well because I'm about to fucking take this shit with us. Alrighty, let's have a look at this. So we start off with my awful front door as we come in here to the welcome to the Batcave shitty mat. Now this is now black, but it was all covered in shit, and it's decided to get covered in shit over time. Shit, we need to take that water as well. Okay, here we come to the kitchen, the awful fucking kitchen.
Why would you show your fucking place looking this dirty, dude? At least clean up a little bit before you put it on camera.
Absolutely left this shit.
But why would you show this to us? Even if you do live like that, even if you do live in a pigsty, why would you not try to clean it up before you show it to us?
As well, but it wasn't any better, let's be fair. Do you remember that gunk I told you about in the ground that you just can't get rid of that's in the corner of this shit? It's always...
Alright, he lives in gunk.
This is where, underneath the fridge. Oh, it's got disgusting under there. I don't even want to talk about it.
Lives in garbage, lives in filth.
Oh, it's awful. Oh, it is. Oh, shit. Do we need to take the toaster? I can't remember. I'm sure we've got Pop-Tarts, but we'll get a new toaster. Steamer, we're going to leave that behind as well. Why not? Mini oven, never quite had an oven in here. Just had the mini oven. Oh, well. And then we got these...
He's never had an oven before. He's never had an oven before. He's only ever had a mini oven. Oh, dude.
I mean, like living off these little campfire thingies. That's right. That's right. Look at the shit. I don't tell you what. Hello, Donald. I can see. Oh, wait, shit. How does chat work on this? There you are. Adam Roche. Donald, yo, stop.
He told me last stream he plays Bum Simulator because he's embracing the meme. Cog, it's not a meme. It's not a meme. This is how you actually live, dude. This is the bitch, you really live like this meme. Like, actually. That's actually how Cog lives.
I'm looking at Shani for Christ and I'm saying, hold my fucking beer, bro, while I show you all of this shit. I'm going to leave all of the... Oh, shit, actually, I might take those carb killers, actually. Might take these. Oh, we've got some carb killers here. I'm definitely taking them. Ah, there we go. Make sure they're going with us. Beautiful
whey. Hold up, is that whey? Is that whey protein? Do you work out, Cog? Because I don't know, bro. I've seen your physique. I've checked out the physique, Cog, and I really don't. You don't strike me as a brother who would need a lot of whey protein powder in his life.
Whey protein.
Maybe that's for Dan.
I'll buy more. Can't be asked for the bulk powder shit. I'll buy fucking more. We'll put them there with the waters. Good shit. Good shit. Gonna leave the. I'm gonna leave the juicer. I'm gonna leave a fucking shit ton of cacao powder and loads of crap up there and stuff like that. And yeah, just shit really. That's the kitchen. All right, we go through into the living room, which is also awful. See, this is the bit where I roll around on the, which is why it looks awful. But then again, that's because I painted it with this awful black paint that I didn't even finish the job. That's what it looks like underneath.
Couldn't even finish painting.
All right. And that was underneath all this black when I moved in. It was still technically everywhere. It is a shithole in here, okay? That's just kind of how it is. This is the backdrop that you always saw. It's just crap I shoved into the corner.
Shit on the floor.
They are going to do a tidy up.
Stuff peeling off the walls.
When they get here, I don't give a fuck.
Couldn't even finish painting the floor.
That's right. This was just some airbed that was up against the wall, and now it's not, and it's just...
Like, where are the trash cans? Are there no trash cans in this house?
On top of anything. Hey, yo, I know, right? We are leaving this fucking shit. So, balcony, let's go. Balcony, shit out on the balcony. We're just like, I've not even looked out there. Not even seen, I think there's a barbecue there. We're leaving it. We don't
my
care.
God.
Oh my days, dying. I'm not...
Osama bin Laden did unironically live better than this, right? He had an actual bed. He had an oven. He had a stove. Apparently, he was playing a lot of video games and watching anime while he was in that cave, right? His cave was decked out as fuck compared to what Cos got over here.
We're going to die in the new flat. Anyway, let's continue on through. Now we've got the lovely bathroom. Does the light work? Does it fuck?
Hawaiian Zen, thank you for the pack it up. This was supposed to own Ralph because I remember correctly, this was when we got the pictures of Rosie in dirty clothes covered in spider bites. Thank you for the 100 kicks in that very, very terrible imagery.
All right, so we go into here, terrible bathroom. You can't get any more black mold.
So, okay, he basically owned himself while trying to own Ralph.
And the shit.
Like, oh, look me, Ralph, I'm living better than you. Are you though? Are you though?
It's all over this fucking shit. Oh, it's gonna get gross. Oh, look at all the black mold and it's just disgusting.
Oh my God, dude.
You can't get any more black mold than the shit that's all over this fucking shit. Oh.
Holy shit. Oh my God.
Oh, look at all the black mold and it's just...
That's like actually terrible. That's the type of shit. They have a girl. They have a little girl who lives in there too, bro. You can't let a little kid grow up in an environment like this, dude.
Disgusting.
It's a fucking safety hazard.
Can I turn the light on here?
Can you not get kicked out? Like, can a British nigga in chat tell me, couldn't this get him kicked out of the council flat if you just leave it in this condition like this? This is a health hazard.
Can I turn the light on? Let's see if I can turn my torch on my phone. Let's do that. That might do the job. It's nope, it doesn't want to give me a light.
I think he doesn't want to turn on the light because he knows how bad it would look if we could actually see what the lights look.
You have to deal with it.
Or maybe the light is actually broken and he has no light in his fucking bathroom.
It's dark in here, sorry.
I can't even tell. What level of poverty are we on here? Does he not want to turn on the light because he's ashamed? Or can he not turn on the light because it just doesn't work?
Sorry, that's just kind of how it is. Let's see if we can get a bit more light in here. Oh, it's awful. Oh, it's awful. Oh, it's just an
okay, he's got the natural sunlight in there, and it does actually look very bad.
You leave it for a few days.
Don't show us the fucking toilet.
In the black mold.
He hasn't even cleaned the toilet, dude. Why would you not clean the toilet before you show us this? Why would you not clean anything? Just put something in a garbage bag, dude.
It just builds up, man. There's so much black mold in here. It all comes from behind this wall, which is covered in black mold proof paint, which I've covered it in. But
one of those fungus niggas from The Last of Us is just growing in Cog's bathroom.
It's still growing through. It's awful. It's everywhere, this black mold. It's fucking disgusting. Look at this shit. Oh, I can't wait to get out of here. It just grows and grows and grows. And I'm washing my hands, ironically, in there because it feels a little bit better. Now the bedroom. That's right. We got dirty gruds and undies and shit and all sorts on.
Somebody in chat said this is a crack house. They weren't joking. This does look like a crack house. I would say it looks like a hoarder house, but there's not enough stuff in there because they probably can't afford it.
So many clothes.
They just throw shit on the floor.
And shit that I'm just leaving here. Just leaving here. Oh, beautiful stuff.
At least make your fucking bed. That's the least you could do. The least you could do is make your bed.
The bed, which again, we're leaving here. We've got another one that we've got. And yeah.
Oh, they got another one. They're upgrading. They're upgrading from this place.
Actually leaving some gym equipment here as well.
Why would I believe? Here's the thing, right? Okay, you're upgrading. You're leaving this place. Why would I believe that this joint of yours, the next joint you go up in, is going to look better than this when this is how you take care of your old shit? Like, the problem with this place is that you're living in it. So when you live in the next place, it's going to look just as bad.
Hopefully someone will enjoy it. Going to leave some weights here because I've got fucking too many as it is. And yeah, just gonna start off nice.
Also, how do you own all of that exercise equipment and still not be in shape? That's crazy to me.
Loads of towels, loads of bedding and shit. We'll leave it all here. That's right. Looks fucking... What, carpet in the bathroom? Bathroom carpet people want to see? I mean, it's not that bad, the bathroom. Let's have a look. Hey, let's drag this fucker out. There we go. Bathroom carpet. It's not bad. Not this bathroom carpet. Ugh, it's not really a carpet. It's more lino, and it's not the worst. Bathroom carpets. I'm trying, guys. Okay,
You're not though. You're not trying. You're not trying.
Okay, it's awful. Okay, it's disgusting.
Oh yeah, he said own Reardon Steele. He don't own nothing
in here. Can I see all the?
He owns the garbage in the place, but that's about all he owns.
Like just the dank mold and shit and stuff like that. You can see the change in light difference. It's just awful. It's just an awful place. I can't wait to get the fuck out of here. No, you don't even want to know about the smell. The smell's just mold and shit like that, because that's all there is in here. Just crap and mold. But we're done. Oh shit.
You know what it's like? It's like those third world countries. It's like, you go one of those third world countries and they'll just have rivers of trash. Just the whole river will just be filled with trash that's been thrown away because they don't have a real sewer system. They don't have any garbage men who are organized. Like the logistics of taking out the garbage don't exist. So everybody just throws their shit away. That's kind of what Cog is doing here. He doesn't bother throwing shit away because the concept of taking out your trash, it just doesn't exist for him. The idea of maintenance doesn't exist in his mind.
Nearly forgot that bad boy.
There's this one video by this one African guy, right? There's this one dude from Africa. He's like a professor and shit. And a lot of other black people and Africans in general, Africans especially, they got on him because he was talking shit about Africa and how Africans don't take care of shit. And then like he got into a conversation with two young black people and they were like, well, don't you think you were being too harsh? And he was like, no, because you literally can't find the word for maintenance in any native language on Africa. It doesn't exist. And that's Cog. That's people like Cog. The word maintenance does not exist in his vocabulary. He can't even conceptualize what it is.
Not forgetting my hat.
Yeah, I think it was Frank Zanu.
Alrighty, guys. It's been a lot of fun. I told you get your little tour. Of this little shit home. Oh, yeah, you will. Oh, this fucking absolute disgusting fan that's just got the weirdest brown shit that drips off it underneath. Oh, it's so fucking gross. So gross. Gotta get the mold hat. This is my hat from America. That's where it's from. It's not got mold on it. Might have covered in mold.
The only clean thing in this motherfucker's house is the thing with the American flag on it. That's it. That's the only thing. That is the only thing that he owns that isn't moldy and dirty and disgusting. It's the thing with the American flag. Maybe he really does love America. I guess it's not a LARP. Maybe he does love us. It's unfortunate that we don't love him back.
There you go.
You still can't come here, Cog. I'm sorry.
OnlyFans, that's it.
We got too many dirty niggas. We got too many bums in America already. We're full. Maybe if you were a doctor, maybe you could come.
I just thought I'd show you.
Look, if there are any Nigerian doctors in the UK, they can come, right? We'll trade. We'll take those guys, right? You can't come, though.
It is the place that
any Hindu lawyers, right? Those guys can come.
I'm moving out of and that I've been living in. And I didn't have to sit here and shawty.
Any Pakistani garbage men, they can come, right? Cog can't come though.
Guys, look at the poor shit I've been in. Give me welfare money. Give money. So
give him welfare money.
We can.
I think that's the problem, bro. I think we got to this point because they were giving you too much. Get welfare money.
I've already got
He needs more. Gives me that.
That's what we're talking about. We don't need money. We don't need money. That's the best shit about it. One second. Let's switch this camera back over here. And let's see what you guys are saying in chat. If I can even fucking see it. How the fuck do I show chat? Oh shit, that's how we do it. Okay. Oh shit, a lot of people here. How you doing, Donald?
This is probably one of his most watched. You know, hold up. He just said a lot of people. What does that mean? What's the number? We can't see how many people were in chat. What's a lot of people?
Some super fans.
Is it 40? Well, that would be a lot to Cog, but is it 40 or 50 people? Like, who's live?
Hey, yo, good to see you. Roomy Caravan, it was. Quintic, Cog's Cribs, is this a new series? No, it's a singular. It's a what? Standalone.
Maybe he should do that. That's good content. Hey, Cog, if you're watching this, wait, what the fuck? What it?
Super fan, the super stuff fan. Hey, yo, good to see you. Roomy Caravan, it was. Quintic, Cog's Cribs, is this a new?
Is that painted on the ceiling? Or did he hang it up there? Why do you have an X-Wing? Why is that X-Wing just hanging from your ceiling?
Series? No, it's a singular. It's a what? Standalone.
Oh, shit. No, excuse me, that X-Wing, right? Like, why you got all this Star Wars shit hanging from your ceilings, bro?
Standalone film, that's all it is. Dude, good to see you. Welcome from Loser. Hello there.
He hangs it from the ceiling because he knows he cares about this shit. This is the shit he actually cares about, this Star Wars shit. And just like his American flag hat, he knows that if he puts it anywhere, like on a surface, if he puts it on a desk, on a table, on the floor, it's going to get dirty like everything else in the house. So he has to keep them up high because he knows he's not going to be able to keep them clean otherwise.
Razmans, so-called Chris, burn it down to the ground. I agree. The whole flat all around. I don't care. Like leaving all the.
This is another reason why he bonded with Vickers is because they're both Star Wars nerds who are obsessed with Lego shit.
You know, the X-Wings, the TIE fighters, we're just leaving them here. We're just leaving them here. No point.
You did not leave those. I know everything else. I could believe without a shadow of a doubt you left everything else in that house. There ain't no way you fucking leaving those, bro. You'll take those with you to the center of the earth.
I don't want to take them with us. We've got a better place to go to. That's right, Prime 92, Epstein's next one. Yeah, cocky boy. Hey, I don't mind showing you how shit it is, the place that I've been living in. Welcome to the welfare state, niggas. That's how we do it. So, No, that place would be very nice. That place could be very nice if somebody who gave a fuck, who wasn't a fucking pig, who wasn't a slob, who wasn't a subhuman, who actually cleaned up and looked after it, actually lived there. Somebody who was grateful about having to live off of the government and just having a place, having a roof over their head. They could take care of that place. That place looks like shit because you lived there. And the new place looks like shit too. Make bangers and mash, not IRL, says Spark. Speak higher or whatever. Fuck. Zen Master Me, welcome. Always also nothing else. Trez, there better be a pool. What, in this place? You know what? We've got a pool. Do you want to see the pool? Do you want to see the pool? Oh, it's amazing. Let me show you this. All right, so see this over here? The sink, right? See this under here? Watch how we do this. Watch. We're going to make a pool. Hey, it's a pool! Yay! Anyway, that's how you get water and mold and shit, but they don't fucking care about this place, and neither do.
I would say it's sad, but he deserves this. He deserves to live in a place like this. He does.
Why?
He doesn't deserve anything nicer.
For leaving
People like Cog don't deserve to live in any place nicer than this. This is like the maximum of what he deserves.
Today, and it was like, where's your new address? And I was like, that's my business. Get the fuck out. You're not even knowing about it. Subco, good to see you, Mom and Shaggy. That makes me kind of sad you're going to leave the Star Wars models. They're not models, okay? I'll show you what these are. So, let's, there you go. So, one of these is just cardboard.
Okay, excuse me. I thought too much. I thought it was like the Lego shit, or I thought it was like one of those big, important figures and whatnot. But no, it's literally just cardboard. He couldn't even afford the real toys. He couldn't afford Legos. He couldn't afford a figure or anything. It's just fucking paper and cardboard.
Flimsy fucking cardboard.
I just broke apart in his hands.
That's it. And it pieces together. You can buy the box online. It's covered in fucking dust as well. Ugh. Got this one. Hey, here you go. I feel like Godzilla right now. But yeah, like I say, that's the X-Wing one as well. God, everything's covered in fucking dust. But guys, I hope you enjoyed the
How is it dusty and you're still living there?
tour. I'm gonna get the last few bits.
Like wherever Cog lives is gonna be haunted, essentially.
It's now, because we've got a couple things more to get here, and then yeah, like I say, we'll be online later with another crazy fucking stream looking at Shani, because you guys vote.
I was not joking. I wasn't joking about the cog is one of those. He doesn't understand what maintenance is because it's so dusty. Well, you're still living there. So obviously that means you have literally never dusted this bitch ever in life. Like not even once. The whole time you've been living there, it's always been dirty and you've always kept it that way.
For it.
You could have cleaned the mold. You could have dusted that shit. You could have vacuumed. You could have mopped. You could have dusted it the fuck up. You chose not to because you're a lazy fuck. Now, real quick. All right, that was basically all the cog shit I wanted to show you guys. You know, that's enough bum. That's enough bum for one day. We'll leave cog alone for the rest of the week. But real quick, let me show you guys what I was talking about. Maybe this one short will be enough. This is Frank Zanu explaining why African countries can't practice maintenance.
The leader is corrupt. They are corrupted. The pyramid, which part is larger, the bottom or the top?
The bottom.
Okay, the bottom. So you have 130 million Nigerians. You pick just few and put them at the top.
Oh, we didn't pick them.
Hold on. However they got to the top. The reason you're talking about them is because of where they are only mirroring what is going on here. Because you pick them from among you. No way if I toss a coin from 1960, it will keep falling on the head. Every single country in Africa says they pick a wrong leader every 4 years. It's impossible, Eileen.
But at the same time, there's a lot of corruption.
There is no corruption. I explained it to the first group. No African leader is corrupt. They are corrupted because what you are giving them to do is foreign. Let me ask you, do you know a single political system in the continent of Africa that was originated from the people? So how did you get your political systems? What do you mean?
It's them through hierarchy.
No, the political systems you're using today. Colonization. Why did you keep it when you know it's foreign?
Because that's all our ancestors knew.
No, they didn't know that. They were ruling themselves. The former administrations, the Oduduwa, the Benin Empire, they all have what they understood and what they can. You thought you want to be like the people who colonized you, so you accepted what they left behind. Do you know until recently you have to go to Britain to look at your constitution? So if there is no original political system, how do you expect Tinubu to understand it?
So who should we put, a British person?
You have to. Like many countries did it, when something is repeating itself, don't repeat the method. Every change happened in Singapore, Taiwan, Korea, Japan, all within 25 years. No African leader is corrupt.
Maybe there's another one. Is one specifically about, let's see. There it is. Why African countries can never develop. This one specifically.
No black country would ever develop. Let me explain what I mean by black countries, meaning the 54 that is on the continent, the 13 black countries in the Caribbean, the black communities in the United States, in UK, or wherever you are never, ever going to
develop. Can you also explain what you mean by develop, like in terms of economics?
Why is he sitting
technology
like that?
Or
why is bro sitting like this?
Develop. Can you also explain what you
never mind, that was a woman.
mean by develop, like in terms of economics or technology or?
A very good question. I was going to throw that to you because all I keep hearing when you turn on to Facebook or Instagram and it's Ghanaians or Nigerians or Sierra Leone's, our country must develop. Tinubu is a bad man today because he is not moving Nigeria to where it must go. From the 60s, all you've been talking about is we accepted the label in the 70s as underdeveloped countries. We did. There's no debate about that. We use it in our IMF applications. We are third world underdeveloped countries. So that's what, because no black country would ever
that's
develop.
Not it. You know what, fuck it. We'll make this a different stream where we go through this, right? Specifically, because this is a topic that always, I don't know. Hold on. Let me just put this on the stream bot, right? This will go into the stream bot, but I've always been very annoyed whenever I hear like certain African, and I have nothing against like Africans in general, but there's a certain part because it's dudes like Dr. Umar or fucking Komi Gano, for those of you who were like around when we were talking about Komi, and we'll probably talk about him some more throughout the summer. But there's a certain group of people who are very insistent that the reason why African countries are in the state that they're in is purely the byproduct of colonialization, and the reason why they don't get further ahead is because, I don't know, the powers that be, like the West and whatnot, and these imperialistic powers are still practicing imperialism, and they're the reason why Africa can, or any of these third world countries in general, can get by. This is obviously untrue, because you can see it a bunch of countries that were objectively shitholes, and they became much better in a short amount of time. Like Taiwan. Taiwan became a fully industrialized, fully civilized, first world country, one of the most safest countries on the planet in just a matter of decades, with less resources than the vast majority of African nations, right? Botswana is a country in Africa that was born from former colonialization, just like South Africa and a lot of other African countries were. And despite being landlocked with very few resources, it's one of the most best performing countries in all of Africa. This narrative that African countries can't do that well on their own just because of colonialization is bullshit. It's far more systemic, locally systemic. Not just anything to do with colonialization, but things that have to do with the cultures of Africa themselves and stuff like the ideal of maintenance. There's this idea. And, to go back to the Americas, right? We have Simón Bolívar. This is the dude who was the leader of, he was the greatest of the leaders of the Spanish colonies' War of Independence throughout the late Napoleonic era and beyond, that ended up declaring independence from Spain throughout South and Mesoamerica, right? And Simón Bolívar, he was the guy. He was the first president of Venezuela. He made Gran Colombia that eventually collapsed and all that shit. Simón Bolívar was like, one of the problems with Spain, one of the problems with Latin Americans is that we cannot handle the idea of being a republic. A lot of these countries are going to have to start off as monarchies or strongmen type systems, and then we're going to have to gradually introduce them to republicanism and democracy. We can't just go whole hog and just do the Republican shit like the United Statesians, right? They wouldn't have said Americans because they called everybody who lived in the Americans. But we can't do it like the old British colonies did. We can't do the Republican thing. And he was largely correct, right? A lot of Latin American history have shown that not all, but a lot of them really couldn't handle republicanism. Even something like El Salvador. El Salvador became better after basically a dictator got put in charge and he started doing everything that he wanted and things got better over time. And that's kind of the case with, Africa. The case with Africa is that it would actually really benefit them to just have strong men. A lot of the good cases of African countries turning out better has been the byproduct of African strongmen getting into positions of power and then being able to institute changes that would then carry on to future generations. Even something like Turkey. Turkey would be a much worse country if Mustafa Kemal Ataturk hadn't been the El Presidente strongman dictator for decades, and then it got passed on after him. He had to do the thing. Not everybody's going to get a George Washington and a bunch of founding fathers right off the back who are going to make sure that the democracy and the republic and all of its institutions flow well. So, stuff like that. Anyway, that was just my little Spurg stream at the end of the whole stream. We'll have future. People said they wanted some history Spurg streams. Sure. I don't know. I kind of want to do some, but they won't be the main content. We're going to focus on drama. The Spurg stream will be some other shit. Randall Shirker, thank you for the $2. Time to plunger the clog. Suffer, chav. Suffer. Video essay, thank you for another $1.99. He can't say that, just be called that. CJ Lashon, thank you for $5. The Chinese are heavily in some African countries as far as industry. So what's the holdup? Well, part of the problem too, my last little Spurg out rant before, we end the stream. Part of the problem is you'll invest in an African country, right? You'll put all this shit there. Certain things won't work because it's just dysfunctional and they cannot handle or operate the systems and the logistics and the stuff that you're trying to do in Africa. Empire of Dirt is a very good example of what I'm talking about, right? Where just paving a road in Africa is just a monumental task. It's like pushing a fucking mountain. But it's also like you put these investments in Africa. You make a, found refinery or something like that. You make a mining company. You make a factory. You make a manufacturing plant. Strongman comes inside of, he takes over. He takes over the African country you've been investing in. He decides, fuck these imperialistic white people. Fuck them. Fuck the Chinese. They're trying to take advantage of us. And then he decides that the country is going to take ownership over all of the private capitalist shit that you've been investing in their country. And now you've just lost that asset. You just lost all that money. All that investment shit is gone. So that makes a lot of countries that aren't invested in Africa and running through all these problems of just paving roads and building shit, whatever. Even the countries who even still stick around, they're still at risk of just losing everything because a strong man came into power and he decided to just claim your shit, right? They own it now. So that's another problem. All these problems with Africa, right? It's just endless, dude. It's endless. It's literally another century away. If I'm being dead ass, some of them are going to be fine. Like, I think Rwanda is a country I think is actually on trajectory to becoming pretty cool, pretty based in a couple decades from now. And part of that is because they have, in my opinion, the most competent African strongman currently there, Paul Kagame. He's the guy. I'm surprised that somebody like Comey doesn't look up to Paul Kagame like he does somebody like Idi Amin, where Idi Amin was just a fucking crazy dictator. Paul Kagame is a competent statesman in general who actually gets shit done and is building shit up right now. Botswana is also cool. I like Ghana. I like a lot of African countries, actually. But, the truth is the truth. And, it doesn't benefit anybody for us to lie about shit like this. Anyway, thank you for showing up, guys. Thank you for sticking around for my little history, geopolitical, third world development, African stream at the end there. And I'll see you guys later. Video this month coming up. Look forward to that. And I'll see you around. No more bullying, Cog. We'll leave you alone, Cog. Maybe we'll get back to you in the summer. I don't know. But for now, we'll leave you alone. All right, I'll see you guys. Bye. Yes, I have watched Empire of Dust. It's a very good documentary.